Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United right here on the channel. United lose to Wolves 1-0 in the Premier League yesterday, 15 losses in the Premier League. It is Atletico Bilbao or bust, the Europa League or bust. And even with that, the Europa League, and this is just me, doesn't save Amorim, doesn't save the team. Normally a trophy you look at and go, all right, that's such a major positive. You kind of bypass poor league form, like being 6th or 8th or 10th. We're 14th, 2 points above 17th, failed to win back-to-back Premier League games all season long. The vast majority under this manager. So we'll be discussing all those things. So please keep all your comments, all your questions Manchester United related. Shout out to the OG troops for the raid as well. But make sure if you joined over from the raid or you was here before that, or you're watching this back after, hit that like button on the video. So important you do that. Run up the likes, people, because it helps. There's over 140 of you lot in the building. Only at 19 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes, people, here on Monday to start kick off the week here on the channel. So let's get up to 50 likes. Make sure you share out across all the socials. Follow at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless on Twitter and Instagram. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell as well. It is road to 15,000 subscribers. Shout out to Kingsman in the cut. Big up to Warrior J, been kind enough to put Amorim's comments, or some of Amorim's comments after the game in the chat. Big up Pops, Bajan Pops, who says, big up, enjoy the therapy. Big up to you. It doesn't seem, wait. Yeah, Amorim's still been talking a lot. I'm just having a look here at the quotes. Don't see him as many as usual. Oh, wait, I'll keep scrolling. Yeah, it's a lot still. I'm not going to lie. Big up to Daniel as well. Hope you're blessed, Daniel. Hope you're good. Big up Dunsey, family tree in the cut as well. Kingsman already said. Dunsey says, Amorim has lost 11 games in the league. That is next level. What are your thoughts on that? Horrible, despicable, diabolical. The list goes on. And it's not just the fact that we lost the 11 games, Dunsey, because matches, it's not just that, because you're going to lose games. Obviously, I don't want us losing 11. It's the manner in which we did. If we had lost these games and he was experimenting and trying different things, I'd be much less harsh with my criticism. Because I'm like, you're even though your tools that you've got are not good and are not great, you're at least attempting to fix the problem. So we've seen mixed lineups. People have been dropped for poor performances, and then the players you've replaced them with have also performed poorly. And then the players who you replaced initially, the first set of players you used didn't perform well. You then used the second set, they didn't perform well. And then the third set, you also did. And then the third didn't perform well. And different, in particular in attack, our attack has been struggling all season long. Before you got here, and during your reign, our attack has struggled. Try different front threes. Okay, you tried Mano in the 9, that didn't work. Where you shot yourself in the foot, it was like you tried Mano as a 9 just after he had the best game in the 10, and he should have been playing in the 10 anyway. But try different things. Put Bruno as the 9. Why not? Play a couple of the youngsters, things of this nature. Hold people accountable for poor performances, and that's something you did early on, which I really liked, because I thought you was going to continue with that, and you didn't. So in regards to it, horrible. And the Europa League, like I said at the start, doesn't save the manager. If we win the Europa League, it won't be like, okay, everything's fine, everything's good. This manager has my full backing and full belief, should I say. I still back him, but you don't have my full belief. Confidence is dwindling, like significantly. Oh, big up Josu. I know Troops didn't put it up, so it's good to see you here, man. Big up. Says, this is what I responded on Troops TV. Counter press was the best I've ever seen. Created some great chances. We kept an informed Wolves regardless of position to just a free kick. Many positives. Okay, that's in the game, Josu. Where's the positives overall? So his entire reign. What are we better at in his entire reign? Because the stats are all against him. So it's got to be eye test unless there's a couple of stats I don't know of. But even if there's a couple, the vast majority of the stats are against him. So that's a negative. So what on the eye test are we better at? Please let me know. I'm genuinely interested to hear. Hey, big up Steve as well. To Ryan B, who says, didn't play too bad yesterday, just can't score goals. What stats aside from results? So for instance, goals conceded, goals scored, just those two. Stats like that. Are we scoring more goals? No. Are we conceding more goals? Yes. So that's it. So everything's worse, Josie, is the point I'm making. What are we better at overall? Because stats, nothing. Eye test, nothing. He just seems to have a knack, kind of like Ten Hag, for winning games when we're supposed to get packed up. Like general consensus, we were going to lose to Lyon. Like I'm not letting people, me and Troops had that discussion, I'm not letting people now change that conversation. General consensus was we was getting beat by Lyon. General consensus was we was getting beat by Sociedad. General consensus, was that Liverpool and Arsenal in those back-to-back games were going to pack us up. General consensus was we was going to lose to Arsenal in the league game at Old Trafford that we drew 1-1. There's just 5 games off the top of my head. That's one thing he seems to have a knack for, but Ten Hag did that and so did Oli, to be honest. For a lot of games where it was like Manchester United are going to get battered here and lose heavily. And then we managed to go and pick up a result. So yeah, what's Bell? What's Bell? Tell me. I let you know. Big up Will in the cut as well. Flawless, why can't we see United play well against small teams? Is it players not turning up or is it a tactical issue? Players not turning up. Because again, my biggest critique of the manager is persisting with players who are not good enough. That's it. That's new. He has other things I don't like, but that's my biggest critique. Outside of the results, outside of all the losses and failure to win back-to-back games and our failure to keep clean sheets and the amount of losses at home just in particular, and I failed to score goals and create chances. My biggest critique is persisting with players who are not good enough. It was persistent. Samuel, no one's asking for Rome. I'm just asking for a house. I'm asking for basics. Just build me a solid house. Just build me a solid house. That's it. I not even a whole house, just the foundation. I just need, you know what I'm saying, flat concrete and 2 bricks. That's it. Not even asking for the whole house. Just come in and steady this. All right, we got a flat surface. We ain't got that. Yes, that is one thing he has done. He's better. He's 1 games away from. So that's 1. What else, Josie? That I agree with. So a record away from home in the big 6 games is better, yes. He's managed to win away at Arsenal. Where else? He won away at City, drew away at Anfield, better performance as well. What else minus that? Well, how many players do you think we'll get in the summer? 5 to 6? Only 5 to 6. 5 to 6. But yeah, in regards to this flawless white cap, oh yeah, I answered this already. Yes, it's the players. Big up DJ as well, man. To salute, chat, sarcasm. Hope everyone is well today. Hope you're blessed. Hope everybody's good. So what else, Josu? Hey, flawless. You think? I was just making sure that your username wasn't crazy. Hey, flawless. You think we can beat Atletico Bilbao? Yes, we can beat Bilbao. We can beat Bilbao. Yes. Will we? It's going to be, I put it this way, like I said, I'm back again. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. Are they favorites? Yes. The thing that's in our favor is that the second leg is our OT. But can we beat them? Yes. Our playing out from the back has dramatically improved, in my opinion, especially compared to when he first came in. All right, so 2. So we play better away from home. No, we've got better results in big 6 games. We play out better from the back. I'm not even going to argue you down about the playing out from the back. What else, Josu? You've mentioned 2 things. Because I've got a long list of what's worse. So you mentioned, is there any more? Because if it's only 2, 3, 4 things, guess what? That's not good enough overall. Because we all expected better, including myself. I expected him to improve everywhere. You are failing dramatically everywhere. You're not just underachieving or just below the standard. It's horrific. We are 2 points off 17th. That's horrific. That falls on everybody, including the manager, but we're talking about Amorim. We could talk about players on the board, and I have no issue with that. But what else? You mentioned 2 things. What else is Bell? Well, oh yeah, Ten Hag is heavily to blame for this. Don't get mistaken. And hopefully this is good, Samuel, as well. This is good that Nico Williams is out for us. Without doubt, 100%. But yeah, in regards to this, Rome wasn't built in a day. I'll elaborate on this, Samuel. So again, I'll ask you the same question I'm asking Josu. What has improved? And I'm not even going to argue the points. I just want to hear the points. What has improved from when this manager took over up until this point? What is better? And that can be stats and that can be eye test, either or. I genuinely want to hear it because I see very little. The big 6 games, yes. Away form, better, yes. What else? What else? Steve says Nico Williams has been woeful this season for Athletic Club. Here, the thing is, though, Steve, you don't even have to be great to get past us. Like, just his attributes alone causes issues. He's someone who's a direct runner, who's quick and powerful. Problems. We've seen what Fofana did to us. And I'm not saying you're more knowledgeable about this. I'm not saying he's better or worse than Fofana. I'm just saying that profile we struggle with. Fofana, the Georgian winger, you can't pronounce his name, the number 69. We've seen what Fofana did. He changed the game for them. As much as Lacazette impacted the game and Cherky did his thing, it was Fofana. He picked up the ball, played the 1-2 from the halfway line, set up Cherky, and won the penalty. We struggle against that. We struggle massively against that. Yeah. If someone runs at United's defense, they all like, and that's it, because again, this ties into the manager playing the wrong players. If it was Maz, Delit, Yoro, Dorgu, Heaven, Amas, I'll even put him in there. I'm cool with that. But he continues to persist with Maguire, Lindelof, Dalot. And this is all at various points. Those 3 are not good enough. Those 3 are nowhere near good enough. They're not. Not in the slightest. Yeah, Sheik, what are you saying, man? You good? Sheik will be on shortly. Yes, Sheik, what are you saying? Bring him on. Say, you there, Sheik? He'll be on shortly, people. But make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV as well. And again, Nico Williams has some pace minus, but that's all you need. That's all you need, because we lack athleticism. We lack running power. Hence why even when we went down to 10 men, it took till late, till Leon got tired for the 10 men to take it. We couldn't even take advantage of that. Because not only do we not have the physical players and the physical attributes, we also don't have the technical attributes to keep the ball. As much as City lack athleticism in areas, they have players who can keep the ball. So therefore, they would be better equipped, even though they have better players overall, to take advantage of 10 men. Because you can keep the ball and shift it. We have neither overall. Not only does that fall on the player, that falls on the manager, because you've done nothing to even try and find combinations to work. A player shouldn't get 20+ games. A player shouldn't go 0-20. As bad as that player is, a player shouldn't get an opportunity to go 20 games without a goal, an attacking player. And he's allowed that to happen twice. Twice. Like, that shouldn't happen. Yes, Sheik, what are you saying, man? You good?
Yeah, man, big up. Hopefully you can hear me now. Is everything good? You can hear me now?
Good, yeah, clear.
Okay.
Football is much better overall, better chances. Counter-pressing is much better. In my opinion, mistakes are being massively underplayed as to why we've lost so many games. Okay, so let's say for argument's sake, this is better. So football overall is much better in what sense? Can you break that down? Better chances? All right, cool. Counter-pressing? Okay, cool. You're saying player mistakes are being massively underplayed. Who's playing the players consistently who are making the mistakes? So something you've done well, you've also done terribly. So even though you've done a positive in regards to, like you said, defensively, because I actually agree in regards to a lot of it is individual players. But where my problem is you picking these players. Individual mistakes. You continue to play Maguire. To a lesser extent, you continue to play Lindelof. You continue to play Dalot. This is on you. I just used those 3. You persist with these 3.
And then you also come out and then you say things like, oh, well, what are you expecting from a striker like this? Oh, like he has to be better in front of goal. Oh, Garnacho needs to do better in the final third. I mean, you see it week in, week out. You're the one who plays them week in, week out. So I don't understand why he's so frustrated on the touchline, like us, all the time. And he continues to play them. It makes no sense. Like Cheeto, there's literally no logic here. Cheeto can't play Europa. You want to rest players, play Cheeto. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Yeah, and you continue to play Onana.
Yeah,
for the mistakes. So because he mentioned defensive. So and I'm not hearing try Bayern. Try a youth goalkeeper. Let's say Onana and Bayern get injured. Would we play a goalkeeper, or would we go out there without one and play with 10 men? Or
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? The worst case scenario, you play a youth goalkeeper and he's just as bad as Onana. You go, all right, first. Same way you play a centre back, and I heard Fredrickson, and from what I seen, played well yesterday at centre back. So you telling me he couldn't have played when you played Maguire or Lindelof? Heavens outperformed both of them. Fredrickson played well yesterday. You telling me a Mass can't do better than Delo over that right-hand side? Nonsense.
Nonsense, bro. Genuinely.
And that's not you, Josie. I'm saying this is me talking to the manager. That's why I don't hear the excuses. Yes, the player mistakes are massive. You continue to play the players. If you would have switched it up and Fredrickson and Amas and Yoro and Delit and Maz and all of these and Dorgu was all playing and they was making mistakes, I'd be much more accepting of it. Because at least you rotate, play some youth players.
The most damning part of this is that he's gone through this process when he first got here. He dropped a lot of these players. The fact that he dropped them, assessed the situation, and then went forward with saying Garnacho and Hojlund are good enough to start. That's the problem. What's to say that, like, this is my biggest worry for next season, is that there's no evidence to suggest that we sign players but we don't even use them. What evidence to suggest that he goes back to this squad at some point in that next season? There's nothing for, like, Flawless has probably been saying this, and I'll say this too. There's not much for us to believe in, to be honest, people. Like, that's really just what it is. Yeah. Like, we want to believe in this process. This is a manager who's just come in, and we understand that it's not the best setup for him, on a fair setup for him to judge and stuff like that. But however, things have gone terribly, terribly wrong, and a lot of them is to do with your decisions. And you're the one who's here, and you have to, like, this is what happens when you get a big boy job. You're not in Portugal anymore. You don't have that freedom to, mess around way too much. You're not probably going to get the time that you had at Portugal to build the squad that you did. So those are things that you have to technically always adapt to. Like, coming to Manchester United, he should have thought about this. Like, nothing is going to be easy. The pressure was there from minute number one, from game number one. And that's for every single Manchester United manager. And either you are capable enough of being that type of manager, or you're simply just not. And right now we're on the trajectory of him simply just not being that guy, because nothing that he's pretty much shown us so far, even the only positive I could say is that finally we have a system. But then us fans asking for a system at a club is nothing too spectacular, to be honest. I think a lot of other managers could come in and implement a system like the previous manager didn't. However, system has been implemented. You are not using the right people for the system, and you continue to you show frustration on these same players again and again, but you pick them again. So it's like we're going in a whole cycle of, we want to see a system, we want to see the better players in the system, we're not seeing the players in the system, and just that. So it's really just that. One sec, let me read this. Sorry, she got straight bullshit. Amorim literally said the storm was coming. He knew this was going to happen to him. So what? So let's just end the season then. If we knew that all of this was going to happen, if it was going to be should have ended the season then and there. Why go through all these games, and why does he have to play all these people then? Play youth. If you know it's going to be shit, if you know it's going to be terrible, play the youth. What's the difference in playing Hojlund and Garnacho than playing youth? Probably use 3 or 4-0 rather than losing 1-0, but what is it? A loss anyways. It's a loss. So I don't get this, like, Amorim saying the storm is coming, all that. I'm sorry, but I think that's an excuse for what was going to happen in the future. Oh, well, I told you guys this is going to be shit. Why are you looking at me? I told you it was going to be shit. I think that's an excuse.
Yeah.
That's literally normal. Like, you're just, that's literally an excuse.
You said that's literally what NES did. It's so clear to me results weren't a priority, and that's a problem.
Okay.
Normalizing losing is a problem. Like, that's a problem if that is the case. Let's say hypothetically this is true. That's a problem. A manager shouldn't be accepting losing. No, we're not. Like, let's be real. We are not the 14th best team in the league. We are not 2 points better than 17th. We are not this bad. Let's just stop it. Let's just have the honest conversation. No, let's just really be honest. We are good enough to win back-to-back league games.
And correct me if I'm wrong. We were 6 points off top 4 when he got hired. Correct me if I'm wrong. Something like that. It was probably less than 8 points that we were away from the top 4.
You're right.
4 points. There you go. So 4 points. That's even worse. 4 points away from the top 4 at that time that he took over.
Results not being a priority is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy if that is true. Go on.
What? Like, what are we talking about here, people? Like, genuinely, if Ten Hag told you this,
Listen.
that a storm was coming, I guarantee you there would have been a different reaction. I guarantee you this. If Ten Hag told you last season, or even at the start of this season, that there is a storm coming or whatever, we all would have slated him. We all would have been like, get the fuck out. You need to go. All those type of things. So it's not acceptable for anybody to say these type of things. You've just got in here and you're saying that, oh, we're shit and a storm is coming. Like, what?
Yeah, this is
What are you
crazy.
talking
Yeah,
about?
because this. Let me get to this. Results are a priority at every club. There's no way
Of course.
Ineos, as much as I don't rate Ineos, there's no way they sat down and said, right, you're going to come in and by the 21st of April, you'll have 6 wins in 23. We'll be 2 points off 17th, and we wouldn't have won back-to-back games. There's no way that was the conversation. There was no way that was the conversation. Nah, this is crazy. And this is wrong then, Josu. This is still unacceptable. Whether that was the plan, this is still unacceptable. Because he said this is what happened. Amorim came in, they told him to focus on instilling the 3-4-3. Amorim said it isn't going to work with the squad. The storm is coming, and it's that. So that's nonsense on everybody. If this is the case, even though I disagree with this,
bro.
Let's say hypothetically this is true. This is stupid on everybody's part. So everybody can hold criticism. The board, Amorim, and the players, all of them.
So you're telling me that they told Amorim it's now or never, but then the moment that he came through, oh, this season's a wash. Don't worry about it. What? The now or never tells me that they didn't want to lose out on a manager like him, and they basically forced him to come. He told the club that I would rather be respectable to respect to Sporting and come at the end of the season, and that probably would have been the best idea for us too. Should have just kept probably Ruud as an interim, considering that a storm was coming that anybody could tell us. Should have just kept Ruud as an interim, or go out there if the talk is there to get a system that involves a back three. Go out and get a different interim who plays the same system. Simple as that. Until Ruben arrives.
I'm not saying it's acceptable, I agree, but it isn't based on everything that's been said and done. That was the plan. If that was the plan, you're still going to hold smoke because it's a terrible plan.
It's a terrible plan.
If you plan terribly, you hold criticism for said plan. What are we doing out here? If you plan terribly, it's a terrible plan.
I'm telling you, man, it's excuses.
It's definitely excuses.
It's excuses for what was going to come. Because let's say things had turned around. Then he would have looked mad stupid talking about a storm is coming. Or if there would have been better results. He knows what he was doing.
So let's say hypothetically it's true. Everyone involved in that plan deserves to hold criticism.
Yeah.
It's a dreadful plan. It's an awful plan. Horrendous.
And this is the planning that we're doing after already a shit season that we had last year. This is how we're moving.
Yeah, it's like me saying to Sheik, hey, we're going to go out. We're looking for Gyal. Yeah, let's go find these women. We're going to have Ryan be our wingman. It's a terrible plan. So when the plan goes wrong, I can say, well, I told you the storm was coming.
Yeah.
She's going to look at me like, yo, why? Right? Why? That's a dreadful plan. I can't say, well, I told you the storm was coming.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man.
What are we doing out here? Just because this is what we're normalizing. So you're agreeing, Josu, it was a terrible plan. Therefore, you get to hold criticism for planning terribly. We do this with lineups. So we'll see a lineup. You know what I'm saying? Sheik will see it. I'll see it. I might like the lineup. Sheik won't. If the game goes according and we lose the game and perform terribly, Sheik was right in his criticism of said lineup. I was wrong to praise it. He was right to criticize it. But that's the plan, because when you put out a lineup and tactics, the manager has a plan. You can criticize and say, I don't like this lineup and how these tactics are playing out. And if it goes right, you still criticize. You go, that was terrible. We criticize managers for lineups all the time. More often than 99 times out of 100, whenever a team loses a game, fans will criticize the lineup. So I guarantee if Chelsea would have lost to Fulham yesterday, Chelsea fans would have criticized Maresca for the lineup. Same way with Arteta, with Arsenal, same way with Pep and City. I've seen that before, etc. Nah. Nuance, gentlemen, is bad in the short term.
You're already looking
improve drastically next year and compete for the league in 2028 like they want to. No, it's a terrible plan regardless. This part of the plan was still terrible. What are we talking about? What are we doing? Why do we drastically improve? Why do we have to go back to go forward? Stop normalizing it. It's nonsense. Nonsense. It's a stupid
Also,
plan, and you agree it's a stupid plan. What we doing, man?
exactly, Josu. Just a simple question to you. You yourself said that this is a bad plan, but in that same statement, you're saying if we improve drastically next year, and if, by the way,
So
and
what happens if
compete for the
what
league in
happens if it changes
2028,
and he says next season, oh, the storm is coming? Then what?
then
Let's
what?
say he
Are
says
you
that.
gonna hear him and be like, well, he told us that the storm is coming?
So
No.
let's say hypothetically we sign 3, 4, 5 players, a couple of them get injured. And then he says at the start of the season, late August, early September, the storm is coming. Is it then okay for us to be in a terrible scenario? Because he said the storm was coming. And then let's say we have a bad season in the summer of 2026. We don't have a great window. And Amorim says, you know what? Halfway through the season, hey, a storm's coming. Then it's okay. So as long as the manager says a storm is coming, it makes it okay because that was a part of the plan. Let's say they push 2028 and say, all right, we pushed it a year on. Let's say it's 2029. Let's say, because they've said 2028. So now they're saying, hey, 2029 is now for the league. We've had a setback. And then it gets to 2028 and they say, you know what, now, 2030. And then we get to 2029 and say, you know what, 2031 is the plan. How about just have smarter plans and execute them? And it should never involve losing.
Also, how about just the fact that this manager says he needs his best tools to perform in the best way possible? What? You're telling a chef that the only way that a chef can cook his best dishes with his best ingredients? Mm-hmm. And this is someone who's coming in here? Buddy, you have a lot to prove to us. This is Manchester United Football Club that you are coming to. This is not like, just because you're here and you're the manager doesn't mean that you've already done so much already. You've not done shit. You have to prove a lot to us. And right now, whatever he's shown us with the squad that he's currently had is not good enough. And he continues to do it again and again and again. And that's the problem. It hasn't been good enough.
At the Football or Soccer, who says, I'm meant to be honest, but I can't really argue many of the facts you guys are speaking. This is on any of those frauds. You know what's the crazy about this Football or Soccer? I agree with you.
I'm with you too. I am Amorim, man. I am.
But I can't back foolishness.
Yes.
I can't back nonsense, whether it was a terrible plan or not. The plan being... This was never the plan. I tell you that right now. This was never... The plan was never to be 6 wins in 22 games or 23 games. The plan wasn't to be 14th with -7 goal difference. The plan was not to not win back-to-back league games. The plan wasn't to have more goals, to have less goals than there's been WrestleManias. That was not on the plan. There's no way they sat down with Amorim in that boardroom or on the StreamYard or the Zoom meeting or when he got here and it was in the meeting room and they had the bullet points of targets. That was not the plan. That was not the plan. I can say verbatim confidently without being there, that was not the plan. 2 points off 17th was the plan. No, it wasn't. No way that he came in and they said, yeah, this is it. Is it all on him? No, but that's who we're talking about. The board can hold smoke too. I have no issues with that whatsoever.
Yo, it's crazy flawless. I made a prediction at the start of the season of how many goals we would score. I know I bring this up all the time. Yeah, we're sitting at 38. We have how many games left? 6 or 5, something like that. So we're sitting at we're sitting at 38 goals in the season so far. I had predicted, for the people in the chat who've not heard this before, I had predicted at the start of the season with Ten Hag that we would score 45 goals this season. Mm-hmm. And we're currently sitting on 38.
Yeah, I said 42. You know.
Yeah, he said 42. Kaneki said 42.
And we might not even make that. We might not even. That's another thing. That's another thing. There was no way that the plan on the 21st of April was for Manchester United to have 38 league goals. Stop this with the storm coming.
No.
Stop it.
What was the joke? You want me to tell you one more better? You want me to tell you one more better? How many points do we have? We have
38 points. 37, 38.
Okay. 38 points and 38 goals.
That wasn't the plan, by the way.
38 points and 38 goals.
How many games?
We played 33 or
okay, so there was no way by 33. Game week 34 we were supposed to be 14th -8 goal difference with 38 goals scored. And what was the other one? And 38 points. That was not the plan. Storm or not, tsunami or not, typhoon or not, Tasmanian devil wins or not. No, that was not the plan. Don't let them fool you. Go on.
Flawless. But why is everyone? What is this meltdown from this fan base? Hey guys, why are you having a fit? Right? Weren't y'all the ones that told me on Saeed's channel during the fan calling that I'm negative and wrong? Yeah. What? How much goals are we on? 38. So we're just what 47 goals away from scoring 89 goals. We're 47 goals away from 89 goals, right? Is it 47? No. No. We're 51 goals away. Come on, have faith, guys. Have faith. Yeah, 89 goals, right? Man coming on here trying to say we should keep Ten Hag. Yeah, Rasmus Højlund, give him a chance. Garnacho is going to get us 15 goals. Marcus Rashford's going to score us 18 goals. Bruno Fernandes is going to get us 18 goals. Am I right, guys? Hey, guys, remember, we were going to do a top four charge. Really? Really? I said if Man United finish ninth this season, you're lucky. There's clips of me saying that. But I think I don't remember who clipped it, but I got sent it. Someone clipped me when I said it on Saeed's channel. If you get ninth, you're lucky. Yeah. Turned out Kaneki wasn't speaking bullshit now, was he? Yeah, I wasn't speaking bullshit. Nothing that I speak is from hate. Nothing that I speak is from hate. It's from what I see. All right? This manager, as I said before, this whole shit is just showing you manager in, manager out. Both it's a conundrum with this manager because how you see us play is the reason why people want him in. The lineup and the players that he keeps picking are the reason why they want him out.
That's spot on.
It's the reason.
That's actually spot on. Yeah.
It's the reason why
a player shouldn't get the opportunity to go 20 games without a goal.
27.
Like
27.
Bro, he allowed two players to do that. That shouldn't happen.
On pro clubs, like not saying any names, but if anybody on Flawless's pro club stream did a stinker like that, no goals in 20 games, bro, he dropping him. As simple as that. I'm sorry.
Flawless wouldn't let you go 4 games without.
He wouldn't let you go 4 games.
Bam.
And that's
what was this?
Pro clubs.
It was promotion game, and who was it that missed? It was one of your promotion games, and someone missed a tap in, and Flawless just went one more. Just that deadpan voice of one more.
And then I know. It's like, how do I hold his higher standards? And the thing is, Sheik and the rest of the ManDem wouldn't allow me to play somebody who went 27 games without a goal on clubs or 10 games. You'd be like, so you know what someone would say? They wouldn't be like, they wouldn't be like, oh, drop. They'd be like, hey, let's change this. You said that stuff to me before. Sheik said, oh, yo, you know what? Let's try something else. Again, experiment, because what we're doing currently isn't working.
Someone put a comment in the chat too, talking about like if the barista makes you a coffee and the coffee machine hasn't been cleaned, the coffee will taste terrible. Amorim needs to make better coffee with the beans he has in his coffee machine. The guy is using the same beans again and again to make that shit coffee. Just look at other beans for a while, and maybe you might make a better coffee. Maybe. Think about it.
Yeah.
Try it.
And to Josu, who said, yeah, with 2-3 better. Of course, Josu, I agree in regards to Manchester United need better players. That's not my argument. That isn't a debate. I want vast majority of these players gone. Get rid of them. Terrible. We all know this without question. However, like Sheik said there, do better with what you have. Because the players, as much as I don't rate them, are better than this. People say that defensively we're better than this in regards to the individuals. We have players, I'm sorry, who get into other teams. Not the top teams. I'm talking top 10. Yeah. All right, the goalkeeper's terrible. That falls on you. But you have Maz, you have Delit, you have Yoro, you have Hervin, you have Dorgu, you have Casemiro. I just use those as the defensive players, those 6 there. They play for most of the teams in the Premier League. Not all, but most of all. Get in the squad or affect the team. So why not? We know the attack's terrible. We know this. Try different attackers. Bear in mind, even when you had better attackers, you weren't playing him. Because Maino, you had him in the pivot. Xerxes, you had and you wasn't playing him. I'm at sometimes at wing back, sometimes at 10. I give you a little bit of leeway there. But he didn't try things. He didn't try Cheeto. We don't know this. He never put Ericsson in the 10 consistently. He didn't even try Bruno in the 9. I've been saying this for the past couple of weeks now. Put Bruno up top. Why not?
When we're in like panels with other people, like shout out to some people in the chat. I see, I think Will, Steve. You talk to Steve. Steve's gonna tell you all about Isak and how quality of a player Isak is. You talk to Will. He's gonna tell you about how quality of a player Palmer is and Caicedo are. You talk to an Arsenal fan, they'll tell you about some of their players. Liverpool, same thing. Who do we talk about? We're the one people in the club who are just standing there by themselves.
What do you mean,
Sheik?
We talk about
all your friends are getting gal, and you're just standing there in the corner
See,
with the orange juice in your hand. You're not even sipping.
That's
Cheek, we talk about
Yeah, like
how where would we
you're not
be?
even
Where would we
sipping.
be without Bruno?
That's an orange. I'd at least buy him a drink. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
like,
like orange juice, yo. That's why you got orange juice, yo.
It's
Sorry,
not even
that's just
orange
what it
juice
is.
at this
It's
point. It's
crazy.
cran water.
Bro,
It's not even orange juice. It's cran water, bro.
It's just what it is. Like everybody
Yeah,
else,
YG, even when he had
floats
he
like
didn't play
about their
him.
players. Yeah,
Like
sorry, my
I'm
bad.
saying, Tri-Pro's all good profiles. Mentato, the youngster who can play wing back. We know what Delo gives us. You know what Ganacho
You,
and
you
Hoyland gives us. We'll use
seeing
those.
that guy that we brought to, what is it, Fredrickson?
Fredericks. I heard he played
Yeah.
well. When I watched, he
Fam,
played decent.
he looking at him play, I was like, so where was this kid in January?
I know.
Where was this kid in January?
Because I guarantee you this, I seen him and was like, he's more mobile than those two. So you could have played him alongside the little Maz.
Fam,
I can say the same for Amas too. Where was
straight
Amas
up
before?
Like,
So we didn't have to see Dallo again and again. Even before Dorgu, before we signed Dorgu, we still had Amas at the club.
Yeah, Amas was
so we had a left wing back that you have now profiled as a left wing back at the club. So technically, we probably, I mean, we did. Obviously, it's good that we went out and bought Dorgu, of course, but technically, we probably even didn't need to because we had a profile at our club. But the guy starts playing him now when there's 6 games left in the season, and we're fighting for a Europa League.
Flawless, do you know what it was like watching Fredrickson watch him do 10 tackles? He had a 100% tackling success rate.
I seen that stat that he had like the most. But
Yep.
it's like, so
he won every
play.
single one of his shout out months, every one of his aerial duels. He won every single one of them, and that was against a 6'7" juggernaut. Like, let's not from Jorgensen is what 6'5", and that brother won every header against him. Watching him do that, but we have someone in our back line that's ducking crosses.
Hey, uncomfortable conversations, man.
Fam,
you know what I'm saying? Like, play the likes, like Amas there. Like, even MA mentioned Dorgu. Why not play Dorgu and Amas? How about
why?
That? Let's just, you know what? And we seen it yesterday, but I'm saying before this, and I'd be much more. Someone said it in the chat. I think it was MA. 1 second. You said I'd give Amorim more leeway if he played if he actually experimented, if he used all of the tools at his disposal and failed. I'd go everything. We've seen
he tried everything.
He's tried everything. I'll go, you know what, Fairs, this isn't on you because you've done your very, very best. I still criticize because
when Flawless said it,
but it's not as bad. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, when Flawless said it that, if I saw you playing some of the under 18s, no, I wouldn't complain at all because you're like, to show you how bad the squad is, at this point, we're resorting to just fielding kids. That's how bad you guys are.
Yeah.
If you were doing this, at least we would accept it to some extent. But as I said before, why I'm not arguing with anything about this manager and the personnel that he's picking, I am sorry, chat, but these are the guys that this fan base wants, yeah? Man coming out here like, hey, guys, generic Man United fan channel here. Here's my keep and sell video. I'm keeping all the trash and selling all the players that make us better. You want to know why? Because the trash play for the badge. Anthony Martial for 50 million got way more flack than Rasmus Højlund has. And Anthony Martial actually thrived on that criticism. Everybody was against him. The league, the media, everybody was against Anthony Martial for 50 million. Yeah? Then he dunked on Liverpool. Rasmus Højlund, 19 games. Yeah? 19 games. You did that 3 times. You did that not once, not twice, 3 times. And everybody's telling me, give him a chance. In Anthony Martial's debut, he went 5 games without a goal, and everyone said he was a flop. Like, I'm not going to hide from this fan base. You man wanted to call Anthony Martial a flop because he failed to score in 5 games. Don't do this. Yeah, do not do this. Harry Amas in that Wolves game looked like Dorgu when he watched Garnacho fail to pass him the ball on 7 different overlaps. 7 different overlaps. Amas just looking at Garnacho to pass him the ball, but all Garnacho has in his mind is just every time the ball goes to Garnacho's feet, all I'm hearing is Sue. That's all that goes on in his head.
And 2 of my criticisms of this manager come to this point because I've seen the extended highlights. Josu, I agree with you. From what I watched and then what I'm hearing from Sheik, Kaneki, everyone else, Sunshine, YG, we did play better. So he rested, so he's rotated, tried some new players, and we actually look better. Who would have thought that that was a possibility? But then on the flip side, people are saying before you go, we failed to score because you persisted with players who have failed to score your entire reign.
Bro, it's
Lo and
simple
behold,
fucking, like, logic, man.
Garnacho and Hoyland failed to put the ball in the back of the net. Something they've done for months.
Flawless.
It's not even before you go. It's not even on those two. I don't even blame those two after the fact. During the game, yeah, I'll curse them out. After the fact, it's on you. A player should not be allowed to go 20 plus games without a goal. Never mind 2. Somewhere you go.
99
all right.
days.
Yeah. Once he goes 6, 7, you go. All right, you need some time out because this ain't it. And to MA, where is Kone? Try him. I have no idea. Is the point that I'm making. So we rotated, rested, tried some different players in some different positions, and we kept the ball better and looked better overall. But the worst players were not Fredrickson or Amas, where if they were the worst players, you go, all right, they're youngsters. The worst players from what I'm gauging and what I watched was Hoyland and Garnacho. They were the worst players on the pitch.
Joe, so I'm not hearing that on Garnacho at all, fam. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Who would have thought?
I'm not.
Because you want to know what was a horrible thing about it, Flawless?
Garnacho's terrible, Joe.
He's terrible, bro. Come on, man. You watch these games, man. Come on, man. Him and the side netting are a better fucking love story than Twilight. Like, I swear to God, that's all he does, man.
This excuse, no, that right there. He's an outlet. So is Adama Traore. Do you want Adama Traore at Manchester United? I hate that excuse. I hate that excuse. An outlet. I don't want an outlet. I want you to be on that ball and making chances for every. Watching that game, watching Rasmus Hoyland not get on the end of any. Let me tell you about those crosses. Those are the crosses I wish we were doing when we had Wakehorse here. This man makes no attempt to slide. You want to know what I will give Darwin Núñez credit for? Darwin Núñez slides at every attacks every single cross as if he's going to score, knowing damn well he won't. But he attacks every single cross. You want to know why? Rather Darwin Núñez goes and heads the cross and miss than he wasn't there to begin with. Rasmus Hoyland got 3 guilty chances to put the ball in the net, and he missed. Not even that he missed. He didn't even make an attempt, a valiant attempt to try and get to the ball. There was no. You see how you saw Odion Ighalo at his age, Cavani at his age, just diving at the ball to put it in the net, just straight up diving at the ball. Fam, I don't. Rasmus Hoyland, this is the guy that you guys said we should have over Xerxes. All of a sudden, this fan base is crying for Xerxes, you know. I wonder why. I wonder why. Didn't you guys want him sold in October? Didn't this fan base want Xerxes sold in October? Yeah? All of you that were out here comparing Freedom Fighter with Garnacho. Freedom Fighter helped his side back to win a game from 1-0 down. Freedom Fighter came on and changed the game and helped Chelsea win. Garnacho is on that pitch and he's helping us lose. Like, do you see the difference? We had players that helped us win and players that helped us lose. And all I'm seeing in the team are the players that helped us lose. Bruno Fernandes came on, and Bruno Fernandes, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? Who was it that played that? It was Mainu. It wasn't Bruno, it was Mount. Mount looks, Cheeto is right beside of him in open space, no one's marking him. But because we have a bunch of glory hunting players in our team that don't want to play as a team, we can't win games. That pass, everybody here can remember what I'm talking about, right? Everybody here can remember what I'm talking about. The pass went to Mount and Mount shot. Flawless. If you look during that moment, Cheeto tells Mount, I'm free. Mount looks and sees Cheeto's free and Mount still shot. Like if he literally just one time passed it to Cheeto, Cheeto has an empty net to tap it in. That's 1-0. That's 1-1. That's 1-1. But no, as I said before, there's no cohesion in this team. There's no nothing. Sancho isn't good too, but you wonder what Sancho is? He's better than what we have. I'm not out here trying to say that Sancho is the difference maker. I'm saying we had a player in our team that was pass
And to
first.
Joseph said, I said that to prove a point that Amorim isn't just picking Garnacho aimlessly. He's picking him because he saw an outlet and can get some crosses in. Don't mean I rate him. So here the thing is, so you don't rate him. None of us rate him. We don't rate him. So therefore, it's an issue, Joseph. Because is he an issue? Yes, but you have to be a good outlet. That's my problem with Garnacho. He's a terrible outlet. He gets on the ball because they'll have shots. I'm sure if you check, he's probably high in regards to shots per minute, not per minute, sorry, shots in just shots overall, like attempted shots.
Yeah,
I bet he's high on the attempt. I bet he's high on the
shot conversion was so low. That's why his shot
conversion has the low. Doesn't he have the lowest shot conversion in the league?
Yes, 5.9%. I will never fucking forget this. Trust me, people. Like this shit will live with me forever. Our attacker in 2025
went down.
Has a 5.9 shot conversion. Make that fucking make that make sense. And that's why I'm so pissed, because the manager is continuing to pick someone who has a 5.9 shot conversion in 2025 to save our season.
I don't think that's what he's doing. Eric Bailly never had that low shot conversion, and he was a centre back. 5.9.
I know it's high.
It's the issue when I bring it up, because everybody always hear when I'm talking up, when I bring up Pogba, when I bring up Martial, when I bring up Sancho, like, why are you always talking about these guys? You want to know why? Because we had pass first players that saw the better option and made everything better. Bruno Fernandes isn't looking for the better pass. Bruno Fernandes is looking what he can do to get this fan to knob him off. That's what Bruno is hunting. Bruno is hunting his next PR sesh. To be on Man United Live with all these guys saying, "Oh, thank you, thank you guys for defending me." Freaking Kermit the Frog sound, like, bro, shut up, man.
It's the same shit. We're gonna get this long ass message from him at the end of the season. Oh, I know we were not good enough this season, and
I told
this is not how Manchester United move. But this is my responsibility. I'm going to take the clutch. Shut the fuck up. Genuinely,
bro.
We've had 2 worst ever seasons with you as a captain. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Genuinely, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, do you know? I don't think he understands this term when I always bring it up to you. You know what you can do as a captain? I don't need Bruno Fernandes scoring every single game. You want to know what I need you to do, bro? I need you to pass to the other players and get them to score. You see, if you, Bruno, can get Cheeto to 7 Premier League goals, you're helping this team now, because that's 7 goals we never expected from Cheeto. You taking every single penalty, you shooting every single ball, robbing every other player a chance to actually contribute to the team. You're not being a captain, you're being selfish. It's one of the reasons when I heard you on the Back Again podcast, why I said I take Benzema over Suarez any day of the week, because Benzema makes everybody around him play better.
And to that being said, when I say that as well, people, that doesn't mean Suarez don't. I just think Benz does it at a higher level to AEM. That's what it is. But go on.
Benzema makes everybody play better. When before at Manchester United, when our front 3 was Anthony Martial, Mason Greenwood, and Marcus Rashford, everybody knew who the most important player in that front 3 was. Martial. Martial get these 2 to play better. It's like Salah, Firmino, and Mane. Firmino was the link. Firmino was what held everything together. That is what I'm expecting from Bruno Fernandes. During your breakthrough season of 18 goals and 12 assists, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba played a hand in 60% of your GA that season. 60% of your GA was made by Paul Pogba. But guess what? Pogba never ended that season on 10 goals and 10 assists. Pogba did not end that season on 10 goals and 10 assists. You did. But guess who was the most important player for you to perform like that? Paul Pogba. Now I'm looking at it. Rasmus Højlund's goal.
Wait, is this right? I didn't even know he won 4 League One titles in a row. Fuck. That's crazy.
Who?
Sorry, I'm just looking at Benz's stats.
Yeah.
Benzema cold.
He was at Lyon back when Juninho was there.
I saw that little debate.
Yo, Benz won 4 league titles in a row.
Benzema over for me. I'm sorry. Benzema over for me. That Champions League campaign that he had.
You know me like
no, I know. He was there. Who was in that team? Wasn't it him, Valbuena, and Juninho?
And he helped them win a treble. And he won a double because they won the Coupe.
They won a double. No, they lost in the Champions League. I think it was to Milan.
Yeah,
and you know the Milan team I'm talking about.
Crazy. I won 4 in a row.
Don't get me wrong, like Suarez was a bad boy player. The shit that he did in that last season with Liverpool, even though he missed like I think 5 or 6 games and still ended up scoring the amount of goals that he did, cool. But when you're talking about Benzema, and you're talking about that Champions League run that he had, where he carried Real Madrid on his back all the way to the final. Obviously, he didn't score in the final, but carried them on their back. And there were always these questions about Benzema. How is he going to perform after Cristiano Ronaldo? How is he going to perform after
Gareth
Gareth
Bale?
Bale?
How is he going to perform?
Can he carry this team by himself? He fucking proved it. He showed y'all he did.
Yeah, he did. What, 2 Champions League? Like, after these guys left, this man won 2 Champions League on his own.
Like, Benzema, I'm sorry. Like, there's been a lot. I was reading on back again, a lot of disrespect towards Benzema.
No,
like, Benzema was a quality player, man. Quality
the problem was this. During the MSN and everything era, when you look at them, if you're supposed to rank them, the CBB, I'm not calling it the other way around because why for that?
Yeah.
CBB, MSN, MSN. If you look at that and I told you, rank them based on ability, everybody would put Benzema last because Suarez was outscoring Benzema, Neymar was outscoring Benzema, Messi was outscoring Benzema, Bale and Ronaldo were outscoring Benzema. So Benzema would have been last. I am sorry. Real Madrid don't repeat the Champions League if Benzema is it.
I can't believe he won. Yo, they've only won 7 league titles in their history.
Yes.
He won 4
he won the 4 of them. Yes. Do you know how broken that Leon team was? Do you know how broken that Leon team was? I'm forgetting another baller that was in that team.
So Prime, Sai put in a super chat and back again, big up to Sai, and he said proper 5-star, yo. And it was the start bench cell, and it was Lewandowski, Benzema, and Suarez. So then me and Muntz was going back and forth about Benz and Suarez and who's better. So that's where it is. I didn't know he had 4 league titles. So this guy's just been on it from the jump, basically.
Yep. Fam,
this guy just never had an end.
He played one game against us, and Ferguson never wanted him to leave. Don't forget that. Benzema played against us, bro, and Ferguson wanted him the same day.
This guy just not had an off like time where it's like,
think about it, Flawless. Real Madrid never really bought a striker to replace him. They kept him the whole time. They played him the whole time. They had strikers in between, maybe 1 or 2 that they had on loans and stuff like that, if I'm trying to remember. But like they had Chicharito one time. They had Adebayor one time on loans, like on loan deals, but they never replaced Benzema. Benzema was
never replaced him
throughout their whole the whole run that they had. But yeah, man,
so
Benzema
he didn't really feature in 04-05, but 05-06 he played 13 games, 06-07 21, and then 07-08 36.
Yeah,
really throughout the 4.
This man had
goals, like
Flawless. Listen to this, like this man had.
How old was he when he first got there? Was he like 18, 19 when he was there?
16.
Leon. Wait, 16. Leon, he was that young. All right,
he started. Yeah, he came to a 16. Fam, it was him. It was literally Benzema, Govu, Ben Arfa, and Juninho. Abidal as well.
Morata and Jesse. Yeah, that guy. Whatever. Cool. Those 2 strikers. Yeah, like none of those strikers like took his spot. He had that striker spot unlocked.
I didn't know that he was so. I knew he was successful at Leon, but I didn't know he was that successful.
Not only was he successful at Leon, they never wanted to sell him.
Yeah, he's just even at Madrid. Like if you hear about it, he wasn't really talked about as much because it was always Ronaldo and Bale and all these other guys in the team. But like it never went unnoticed for me. I always thought Benzema was a key player for that Real Madrid squad. I would say this even now. Last season, I was crying for him in January. Bring him on a loan deal to United. At this age.
Do you remember that we were saying that?
Yes, we were linked to him.
17 in 2005. That's when he made his debut for Leon. 17.
Yeah, see, 16, 17. Yeah, he started out at 16.
What?
You want to know why I remember this? Why I remember this? He was my grandfather.
So he was 18. So like 06 times when he helped them win that with 13, he was 18.
Yeah.
When he was 07, 19. So at 20 years old, like 07, 08. Man was 19, 20, back 20 goals. Helped them win the league title.
Yep.
We know that even though he only got 5 and 21 in 06, 07, he's still contributing.
And Real Madrid at that time were so lucky that they got him because Benzema, this was during the David Villa era. Benzema was sought out as the perfect replacement for David Villa because during that time, during his outbreak, David Villa was started to suffer. That's when he went through that little injury spree that he had with his knee. Fam, when I'm telling you that ballers he's always been a baller. It's just that people judge players because of their FIFA stats instead of actually how they actually play football. I don't really pay attention to them. When Benzema left Real Madrid, I immediately said Sheik was one that made me know this because I never knew. The Sheik was like, why doesn't Man United go for Benzema on loan? Like literally, he's free. Go and get him.
He was having
Literally, go
trouble.
and
He was
get him.
having problems at the club that he's at in Saudi at that time too.
Oh, yeah, I
Like there were
remember.
Yeah,
reports of
who was the
him
manager he
having
was
a
beefing
fallout
with?
or whatever. Yeah, I don't exactly remember who it was, but
Was
I
it
remember
Nuno? I
like
think it was Nuno.
it
I
could
think
have
it was
been. I think
Nuno.
it was Nuno. Yeah, I
It
think
was
maybe it
Nuno.
was
He was
him.
having
Yeah.
problems with Nuno.
So it would have been the
Fam,
best time for us to like, pounce on something like that. And obviously, like considering last season too, we still had fucking Hoyland in our team. We still had problems scoring goals. And this is even when we had the likes of other players like Rashford and all these guys.
fam.
So again, it's just like it's a no-brainer. And we were literally crying for Benzema. And honestly, like that makes I know Josu asked that question, like, what do you guys think would happen if Benzema was put in this United team right now?
A prime
My answer to
Benzema.
you is what happened when Cavani got put, an old age Cavani got put into a United squad.
Fam, did
What
you see
happened?
how? Did you see
You saw
how much?
experience come out. You saw the skill come out. You saw all those type of things that we know him for, even though it is an old age and all of those type of things. All these
Fam,
chances that Hoyland gets, I'm telling you, he bags most of them.
didn't Cavani go on some dumb thing like 7 games, 9 goals?
Bro,
Didn't
Cavani
Cavani
was.
go on something stupid? Like he
I
just came here
remember.
and just started bagging.
Yeah, I remember we played. I think we played Southampton down
Fam, that
2-1.
Southampton.
Bring on Cavani, win 3-2.
Fam, that's watching Cavani doing that diving header. I was like, I haven't
Bro,
seen a diving header in a minute before Cavani came here. Like I haven't seen that in a minute. The Southampton game again that we won 9-0. When you saw him just talking with Rashford on how to make his runs, and you see him telling Bruno Fernandes the pass you should make into him, like stop passing to me how you pass to Rashford. Do this pass here. Like in that 9-0, and you just saw Rashford do exactly what Cavani told him to do. I'm looking at our team and I'm like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
You
as
know,
much
carry
as
on.
I
Holding on.
hate
One
him,
sec.
yeah, no worries.
yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as much as I hate him, he built the strongest team we've ever had post Ferguson. Yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had the strongest Manchester United team out of any. Like he built the strongest Man United team we've seen post Ferguson. Like our attack literally consists of Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Edison Cavani, Jadon Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo. Our midfield had Paul Pogba, Van der Beek, Bruno Fernandes, Matic, Fred, McTominay. Our backline, Wan-Bissaka, Diego Delo, Alex Telles, Luke Shaw, Rafael Varane, Maguire, Eric Bailly, Lindelof. Yeah, and Mason Greenwood as well. Like,
Yeah.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had the strongest Manchester United team. And
Didn't
we
win a
never
single
saw,
trophy. Didn't win
and
a
not
single
only did he
trophy.
not win anything with it, when we saw him build that team and then saw Ancelotti on the available, we never sacked him and brought and gave this team to Ancelotti. I guarantee you, if you had given that Manchester United team that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer built to, I'm not even going to say Amorim. If you gave this team to Inzaghi, you gave this team to Hansi Flick, you gave this team to Ancelotti, we win. We'd have won comfortably at least 2 league titles with that team. We would have won 2 league titles with that team.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking at this team right now, and I said this team would not finish in the top 10.
Yeah.
I said this team wouldn't finish in the top 10 because I'm like, these guys finishing eighth on negative goal difference. Why do you think they wouldn't get worse? Why did you think they wouldn't get worse?
Yeah.
Why did anybody think they wouldn't get worse? Why would they not give this worse? Like, I'd have loved to have seen Almerim's system right now with those players. Like a back three with Rafael Varane, Twan Sabi, and Eric Bailly. You know, it wouldn't even be Diego Delo on the right wing back. It would have been Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams on the right, Alex Telles on the left, Pogba, Matic, and say as the 2 10s you have Bruno, Mason Greenwood, and Anthony and Cavani up top. Like immediately, that's just a team that's just 100 times better than what we have.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
don't.
I said this at the start of the window. Like, people called me crazy, but I actually said the window for me was a 5 out of 10, based just off the fact that we did well enough in terms of defensive signings. But look at who we let go, and no strikers were brought in, no attacking players really were brought in, and that's why me and Kaneki predicted 42 to 45 goals this season, based off of
Weren't
just looking at that attack. And
weren't
after
we
that summer
making a
window,
joke? What was the joke? We're gonna have less goals than the WWE than we have
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
The
How
WrestleManias,
much?
we're currently
How
on
much?
42, right? We're on 42. Yesterday was 42. Yeah. WrestleMania 41 or 42? 41. It was 41.
Okay,
So,
so right now we've scored less goals than WWE has
WrestleMania.
had WrestleManias.
Yes. We're at
So
38
currently,
goals right
right
now.
now, we're on verge of that happening. Who was it that said that?
I
I'm
don't
trying
even
to remember
remember.
the name of it, the guy that said it as well, because I was dying when I saw it. Because I'm like, you know what? That might actually happen. Right now, we
Yeah.
have less goals than what WWE have WrestleManias, dog. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I
It's crazy, man. Like, it's absolutely,
fam,
like,
it's
this is
just
something that we've been telling you guys since the beginning. And then now it's like, oh, well, you guys are wrong and all that. So, no, like,
fam.
we knew this was going to always happen. When you look at the squad, like, think about this, people, United fans in the chat. Look at just the last 3 years. We have regressed on a whole different level. The first year that Ten Hag started, we were okay, won a trophy, top four, fine. In terms of the league, the season after that, absolutely regressed. Had our worst ever Premier League season. Now we're on par to beat that as well. Like,
Yes.
we've just regressed worse and worse and worse. Our owners haven't done enough to help out this situation. I don't think the players themselves need to look at themselves and be like, "Yo, how have we regressed 2 seasons in a row? We've become worse." Where we have a goalkeeper who's talking about, "I want to take risks this season." Man like Andre, oh no, that's what I call him.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that he said that. This guy
Yes,
just
he
not
did.
learning,
He
man. I
said,
forgot
bro,
he said that. Yeah.
he said, I want to take risks this season. He also said, I'm paraphrasing. He said, as long as I take risks and it's helping for the benefit of the team, he was saying, I don't want to hear nothing from people.
You know what's the benefit of the
So,
team? You're not playing.
what have you done so far that has ever benefited the team?
Eddie, what are you telling me, family? You good?
Shout out to Eddie. Big up to you, bro. Every single
Yeah,
time.
I'm good. I'm just trying to figure out what y'all was talking about, man. I don't even know what this Premier League thing is. I legit have no idea. You guys are
Well,
talking about something I have
no, no. What
no
we're talking about,
concept
Eddie.
of. It's
What we're doing, Eddie, is
interesting.
that we are premiering a league. That's what we're doing. We are premiering a league for people to watch
Uh
instead of watching whatsoever is going on right now with Manchester United. So me and Cheek are trying to differentiate. Would it be acceptable if we were to watch the the league in Azerbaijan instead of watching Manchester United? Because I'm guarantee you, a team from Azerbaijan would beat us.
Yeah, that's why I don't hear no excuses when people talk about like Leon and Sociedad. I'm like, if you're having competitive matches with
Wait,
Manchester United, after
did
2 games,
anybody watch that
not
Bilbao
decide.
game? Flawless. Did anybody watch that Bilbao
I
game?
didn't watch it, go on, but
Okay,
I heard
let me
Bilbao
just
weren't. Yeah, go on. What happened? Go on, go on. What
let
was
me
your
just put
thoughts?
it like this: they sat back. That low block they played against Real Madrid was disgusting. I guess what Man United can't play against.
Low
Low
blocks.
block.
Okay,
You think they
But
said?
you
I
okay.
know
don't think they.
what? You
I
know
don't. I
what,
don't.
sir? You know what it
Go on, Eddie.
is?
Go on, Eddie.
We can play. We just don't play the players who can play against those low blocks.
That is another thing,
Like
too.
if you look at who we have, like fucking Casemiro can do it. Harvey can do it. No Xerxes, he can't do it.
Ahmad will be back.
Um,
He can do it.
Ahmad can do it. Um, there's quality to do it, but I guess so. Just to be clear, I actually ended up watching the game because I was bored on my road trip back to where I'm at now. It was the funniest shit ever. The funniest shit ever. I felt so vindicated by that performance. It's hilarious. You put ball players on the pitch, we control the game. The moment you take him off, it goes to absolute shit. Absolute shit. It was hilarious. He said, "Let me bring on my talisman Bruno. Let me bring on my talisman Delo. Let me bring on my countrymen to save this fucking day." And then what happens? They just dominate. Just pathetic, bro. And it was hilarious to see because these brothers literally won you that Leon game and you decided to go away from them? Rasmus Hoyland, brother, dear brother, I don't know what you can do. I can't call you an athlete because athletes have some type of coordination. You don't have fuck all of that. I'm damn sure past calling you a footballer. I feel disrespectful to make a wish kids when I put them in the same sentence as you. I'm running out of adjectives. I'm running out of adjectives. Brother, you know what you should do? You should go to the monastery. They accept anyone. Go be one of them bald, but you know the bald brothers that got the ring of hair. What's it called? A monk, not a monk. That's disrespectful to monks. What's it? What? It's like a friar. I forget what it is, man. If you a Catholic, you know what I'm talking about, man.
The chap
Just
right there.
go up in the hills.
Mm.
Go up in the hills.
I think he was right, monk. When you're like
Yeah, I
away,
think
are you
you're-
talking? Are you talking about Mormons? Are you talking about monks?
No, not Mormon. Definitely not Mormon. But he could survive as a Mormon. Who gives a fuck? But
No.
I'm just telling you, bro. Give up football. Start with square one, and then we'll work our way. We'll work our way out of it. Give up football. Pick up a religion. Live a life of solitude where nobody has to see you again. Nobody has to hear from you again. It's done. You're cooked.
No.
It's disgusting. This dude. Oh my god. And then Amorim, brother, help yourself, bro.
Talk about it, fam.
Help yourself. Like this is where I'm getting at with this guy. I'm like, brother,
Hmm.
the only way I can truly judge you as a manager, if I personally, this is why I'm not. I need to remove these scrubs so he has nowhere to hide.
Yeah. We want to. Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal, man.
Yeah.
Is that all of these guys are gone so that there's not even a choice of you picking them. There's not even a thought of you picking them. That's just the day that I'm looking forward to as a United fan, honestly. When I see a
Yeah.
squad of just these scrubs all gone, and that we don't have to think about, oh, what if Hoyland starts? Oh, what if Garnacho plays? Oh, what if Dallo plays? Oh, what if Onana plays? Nah, man. Get Andre no gone. Get a new goalkeeper. Altai, buy a new goalkeeper. I'm done with all that, man. Like just yeah. Like we need to make some big
Listen,
changes.
man.
Another thing I've been hearing too is that people are saying, oh, well, Ruben is playing all these guys to show the board the dross that we have. But in the same sentence, the same people will say, oh, but he told us a storm is coming. Make that make
Talk
sense.
about that's because it's
Make
all
that-
excuses.
Again, make that make sense.
Excuses,
Just like
that's-
we're making all these like random excuses for this manager. We're normalizing the season that he's having just cause. Just cause. I bet you would not have the same energy for Ten Hag. If Ten Hag had this same season, you would not have the same energy for Ten Hag. Trust me, people.
Not at
you
all.
would not.
Not at
You
all.
would not at all. So why is it okay for us to accept this under Ruben Amorim, who, by the way, we thought was a better manager than Ten Hag?
Yes.
We know why. We know why. It's the hope. It's the hope.
Hey, it's the
We
hope
just
that
got out of a bad relationship. We caught her with the starting 11 of Nottingham Forest. Now we trying to find something else. And we found something else on Tinder, but then she starts talking. Then you go to the crib and she got a family of roaches in the sink. But you trying to tell yourself, no, this is cool. She'll clean up. Maybe it's just a one-time thing, man. Until this Onana guy talking about risk. Why don't you go pick up numbers in a Bangkok nightclub? That's the risk, huh? Why don't you go do that, huh? Then come talk to me.
I have a bigger risk of crashing out when I watch you. That's the
Crazy,
risk.
man.
The risk is for us. The risk is for us when we watch you guys play. That is the biggest risk. That's the risk we're taking by watching you guys play. So what is this whole thing about? I want to take risks this season. They told us that this is a guy who's good on the ball. I swear I've not seen one good thing from him where I'm like, shit, Onana played a crazy ball that I could just remember right now at the top of my head and be like, yo, do you remember that one time flawless in that one game when Onana made that over-the-top pass to him and it led to a goal? None of those. Never seen any of it. The guy fizzes the ball to our center backs. Have you ever seen when he plays it to our center backs?
Oh
He
yeah, there was one pass that I
absolutely
laughed at when he
fizzes
fizzed it
it.
into
It's heaven.
Euro. Can't remember
Or
what.
Euro or heaven.
Yeah.
It was one of the two.
Yeah, it was one of the
Even-
two, and he controlled it. You know what? I think it was both. I think it was two
And
separate
luckily
games.
enough, those two players are good enough to control the ball to a certain level. But this guy Onana just be throwing them under the bus, talking about he's good on the ball and this and that. Oh, dude, I'm done, man. And then on top of that, the guy decided to open his mouth right before a European game. Who asked him these questions? Who was the interviewer? Why do you want to go to Onana? What valuable shit does he have to say to you that you're like, oh yeah, we need to listen to what Onana has to say? Like what? Like all these things just don't make sense. And then on top of that, we knew what was going to happen. He was going to make some sort of mistake. That's exactly what happened. We'd probably leave Lyon with a 2-0 win if it wasn't for the things that he said.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, this is the shit that we're dealing with. Like, this is literally what we're dealing with. I just want me, Eddie, Flawless, Kaneki, all of us to just YG, all of us to just be on watch-alongs and just be happy watching our team week in, week out. Quality players, talk about positives about our team, not rather than us just saying the same thing week in, week out about the same guys again and again. Like, that's all that we just want. I said it. We are the people in the club who are standing in the corner with an orange juice in their hand. We don't even have drinks.
That's the orange juice.
All the guys are going out there and getting gal, talking to them, and all those type of things. We're just standing in the corner with orange juice, and our orange juice is
on
going
their
out
phone
to
and
the
shit.
orange. That's just what it is, man.
Crazy.
Like, this is literally just the reality of it.
You got baddies looking across the table. You look up at her, then you look right back at your phone. You don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, man.
You don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, we're standing there.
You got no clue.
We're standing there scrolling through our home screen on our phone, not even going through text.
She wasn't looking at me. She was looking at the clock. She wasn't looking at me. She was looking at the clock.
Great time for me to see how many apps I have on my phone because I'm just scrolling. Like, that's just what I'm doing.
Like, and to Josu, I don't want him to do this because he says, what do you man think would happen to our results if Amorim abandoned the 3-4-3 and played 4? I don't want him to abandon the 4-3-3. Let me clarify this.
Yes,
I have no issue with the tactics. I have no issues with the formation. I have very little issue, even though I think he needs to make tweaks there and there for the system. These things are low down on my list. It's probably unpopular opinion in regards to this manager. Personnel. Because I think if he played better personnel, guess what? We'd get better results.
Would.
He played better because, as we've seen, when we've had the better personnel out there, we've performed better. We're in the semi-final for a reason. We've got there. Some performances good, some not so much, but we took advantage of the poor quality. But we're also of the poor quality. Don't abandon nothing. You know what he needs to abandon? These players. Abandon them. A player, and I'll say it again, one player should not even have the ability to go 20 games without a goal as an attacking player. That should not happen. And he's allowed that twice. That's not a formation or system thing. Some of these players are just terrible, but yet he persists with them. Maguire, Lindelof, Dalot, Garnacho, Højlund, White, Onana. And a lot of them are starters. Onana starts often. Any injury at centre-back, Maguire's first off the bench. Dalot starts week in, week out. Højlund and Garnacho start week in, week out. That's almost half your team. Almost half your team.
Cold, bro.
Go on, Eddie.
We told this brother play the youth. What happened? The youth looked decent. That center back he played, I forget what his name was.
Oh, you talking about
He wasn't too bad. Yeah, he wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I will have so much more respect for you. Like, here's the fucking conundrum with this guy.
And let me just get to this before
you got.
Let me just
Go ahead.
Flawless, he's played more or less the same personnel in the Europa League because the Europa League is terrible, Josu. That's why you have Spurs and Bodo on the other side.
Yeah, Spurs in the semi-final.
Spurs are dreadful. The Europa League is in terms of quality, is dreadful. It's all.
This is the worst I've ever seen it.
How is it that two teams that have been like 14th and 15th and 16th regularly throughout the season have somehow made it to a European
Lyon are not good either. Lyon ain't good. Sociedad ain't good. Steve's been cursing out Lazio all season long.
They just lost to Bodo Glimt.
Alkmaar. These teams are not good. That's why. So you know what? If he would have played the players in the Europa League we played, and because the Premier League is a higher standard, so change it. You're getting result. Play Hoyland and get that man score there. Them man actually look decent there. Well, not Hoyland, but Garnacho does. Play them players there. Sorry,
No,
Eddie,
man,
go
fuck
on,
them,
carry on.
man.
Just
Fuck
want
them.
to
I don't
get
want
to
to
that.
see any of them flawless. I don't want to see any of them.
No,
No,
I don't. But what
I'm gonna
saying
be
is
real, bro. I'm gonna be
to
real.
Josu's point, they actually
I get what
Garnacho
you're saying.
actually
Yeah,
produces
yeah.
them. If you're
To a
going to
certain
play him,
extent,
it's
the players do
working.
perform better in Europe for some reason. So play
I
them.
can accept
Like,
that because it's working there. It's not
yeah,
working in the Premier League. Because you
in the
know what?
Premier League.
I would say if we were flying in the Premier League and top 8 and won all these games, hey, I don't rate these players, but you're getting it right. You're getting it wrong. So change it is my point.
Plus,
But yeah,
on our trajectory,
This
we
is
always
what
do this. We always do this. We somehow
this
always
was so
do get
funny to
to
me. This is what's so
competition
funny to
well.
me,
go on, Eddie. Go.
bruh. Those 3 goals that we scored in like 10 minutes.
Mm.
Look who was on the pitch and look who wasn't.
Look,
We put fucking Harry Maguire at striker. We took off Garnacho. Things like this are telling signs to this manager, and he still persists with the scrubs. This is what I'm talking. This is why, like, I have to mentally remind myself not to get into manager conversations because I just don't want to do it anymore. I legit just want to talk about football. I don't want to talk about where this manager should go or stay, and it's a purposeful choice.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a biased decision because the objective reality is this, brother. You are 2 points away from 17.
Yes.
This is our worst season ever. Meanwhile, those fuckboys in loser pool are getting a trophy that I've been wanting to have since 2013. If we don't win anything, it's the worst Manchester United season I've ever seen in my entire life, bar none.
Oh, definitely.
Think about this.
And I've had
Liverpool have won 2 titles in 40 years, right? They've matched our 20 league titles. We've had no say or part in any of this. We've not challenged them. We've just allowed all our rivals to just win. Beat us. Man City won a treble. Our fucking noisy neighbors have won a treble. The one thing that we had as a club too. They've won it now. Liverpool gonna match us with 20 league titles. And we've not had any part or say in any of these things for a while now. Like Eddie said, bro, we haven't won a league for over 10 years now. Over 10 years. I'm sorry that we do this whole thing with Arsenal. Last time Arsenal won a trophy, but look, it's going to become it last time Man United won a Premier League title soon.
Yeah.
With the way that we're moving.
Right.
And I've always said this too. League will always tell you where you are as a squad. Cup competitions, you can win. Ten Hag showed it last year. Even the shit manager that he was with the squad that he had, we lifted an FA Cup. But league position will always tell you where you are as a squad, where you are as a team, how you're progressing. If that doesn't matter and we only care about domestic cups, then fuck the Premier League. Why are we even competing in it? Let's just compete in FA Cups, Carabao Cups, Europa Leagues, all that type of stuff for the rest of our, Manchester United career or whatever. Because if that stuff doesn't matter, if the league and stuff doesn't matter, then I don't know what to tell you people. Like, league is the progression. League is where you see the progression of a team. We've done this. We scam ourselves to finals and cup finals. This is something that Manchester United just always do. But that's not a sign of progression. I don't think people should look at Europa League and be like, okay, he's progressing. That's not a sign of progression, people. Progression is the league. You look at the league. The league is the thing that we all want to win.
Yes.
More than anything else. Cool. I'd rather take one Premier League title right now over a Europa League in the next couple of years. I don't care. I'd rather take that one Premier League title right now. So that's really it. And it's like there hasn't been progression, people. And that's the thing that we are constantly complaining about with this manager is that we see what he's doing in terms of the system. We like it. I like the way that we play. There's been so many instances in games where I'm like, these guys move the ball really, really well. Like got into great positions. But then again, you're picking players, you're picking attacking players who scored 2 goals in the last 20 games apart. And then when they did break that duck of not scoring a goal, they broke it against a side who is now relegated in Leicester City. So championship side. So these are all the things that we're kind of talking about, people, like when it comes to that. And it's impatience. I'm impatient. I definitely am. Like I said, I'm tired of being on watch-alongs with Eddie, and we're on watch-alongs with Eddie and Flawless and Kaneki and YG, everyone, just for the vibes. I'm glad to see everyone there. Say what's up to them.
It's a link.
It's a link up. Because like if we're all going to drown, we're going to at least drown together. And I'll be with all my friends and all my guys, man.
I'm there playing the violin, man.
We the band.
Yeah,
we the band on the Titanic.
Yeah,
it's
man.
been a pleasure serving with all you gentlemen as we fucking freeze to death.
Yeah, listen, it's been a pleasure.
You know what's crazy? It's like a GTA setting where we die and then we respawn and then we're back next week.
Yeah,
the same thing. We do the
same shit.
And then we're just like, last week I got blown up by an RPG. Before that, I got shot by a shotgun. Before that, like an ambulance ran me over. Like one of those type of things. It's just like
it's not even that, see. It's not even that, see. We started random fights. We started random fights with the people on the street and getting our asses whooped.
Yeah.
NPCs.
We don't even have the dignity to get blown up. We don't even get 3 stars. We get murked out with 2 stars.
We don't even have enough of the facilities to get past the 5-star people. Like we just don't.
Exactly. Oh, you can be playing flawless?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You can put up Shane's comment. My dog, shout out to Shane, man. My dog, the last thing he put up.
Where was it? Here.
Shane
it says,
G.
if you wanted to play counter-attack, we should have kept Ten Hag. And C2 form, I'll get to your super chat in a second as well. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
This is what I'm talking about. We legit said, get Ten Hag out of here. I'm trying to watch football. This manager came through with a different formation, is on the same exact shit that this dude was on.
Survival. It's very survival-esque, man. It's extremely survival-esque.
It's frustrating as hell.
Yeah, I don't like
this. Is now, what's the last, literally Van Gaal is the last time I could say we actually played football. And even that's a stretch because I knew 0-0 before the shit even turned on.
Yeah. We knew what it was. We knew we keep the ball
1-1.
1,000 passes, but then other than that, that was it. It was dead out after that. Yeah.
Just frustrating, man. Like, again, you see all these we see Champions League, and we're just fans of football, right? We watch Champions League during the week. We see all this great quality of football, and then somehow in the weekend we have to revert back to our shit. And it's just the most disappointing thing ever. You see quality of football throughout the week, and then you go back to Garnacho and Hoyland, and it's just a stink fest. I want to go to bed. I have to wake up for games early out here in California. I've never crashed out on a watch along before. I did that for the first time this season. Like shit's like terrible, man. It's the worst thing ever. Like it is honestly the worst thing ever. And I'm tired. Like I am impatient. I'm so impatient. I want us to just be good and have some sort of quality. There's no quality at all. Like at all, people. Like there's only specific players that we bring up from time and time again, and I don't have to bring up again and again because people know it. But that's about it. Like other than that, the rest of our squad, the squad is shit. Everything, like honestly, regarding Manchester United, is just toxic right now, man. Absolutely toxic, and I hate that. Absolutely hate it. We used to be kings, man. We used to rule this shit.
Yeah,
we really used to. We used to be kings at one point. And now we're the laughing stock. So
yeah, man. In high school, we was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? That's it. For real. We're to 50.
We still wearing Jabot jeans in 2025, my boy.
I'd big up to C24 for the super chat. Says, question: do you think Amorim is picking the squad based off the Rex from higher ups? I ask because he's doing stuff I never saw him do at Sporting. Bless him, fellas. First and foremost, C24, big up for the super chat. Much.
My dog, we gonna be straight, bro. It's one game, dog. It's one game. We gonna be straight, man.
Yeah, hope you're blessed. Big up Jesters as well. C24, no, I don't think it's anything to do with the higher ups. One thing I'm maybe realizing with this manager, and I've mentioned it before. How do I form this? The pressure is different here, and I've mentioned this, but it seems to just turn managers stupid when they get it. Like they get here
crazy and
just lose all sense. Like they just lose all sense. Like we've seen it happen with Amorim. We've seen it happen with Ten Hag. We watched Ollie literally age overnight. We literally one time he was the baby-faced assassin, and the next thing he looked older than my pops. Like we watched that happen. We seen him literally get grays,
it's the
get
chicken.
more wrinkles in his face. Like
something in the water, man. The chicken, man, you know the water.
Again, I've mentioned it before. Manchester United is a motherfucking juggernaut, people. And it is all eyes on you to the point Amorim said early on, I think it was his first week, I've never done this many interviews because you are under scrutiny, match days and non-match days. Not even 24/7, it's 25/8. Everything you say, everything you do is scrutinized to an absolute T. And that's all well and good if you're performing well. If you're winning games, you're getting all the praise. Because Manchester
Hey,
United is the
man.
place, if you do well, you will be lauded as a footballing god worldwide. There's players for the past who we still laud as gods to this day. And the next manager that is successful at Manchester United, whether that's Amorim and the next group of players, the low mention this, will get lauded as absolute gods. But then on the flip side of that, if you perform poorly here, everybody knows you are performing poorly. It's shouted out from Spider-Man rooftops about how poorly you are. I'm here with two Americans from the West Coast, and we're discussing this. There's people from all across the globe just in this chat alone. Sarcasm City TV is nowhere near the biggest channel just in this space. And then if you go to mainstream media, like your Sky Sports, like TNT, over stateside, ESPN, etc., etc., this is worldwide, those, BT Sport, the whole nine. So that's what it is, C204. I just think the pressure's got to him. That's where it is.
I think it's the pressure too.
That's why I don't think it's nothing to do. I don't give him an out with the higher ups. No, this is pressure why
You
he's
know
doing
what?
this to me. Yeah, go on. What are you saying, Eddie?
I'm trying to see. I just thought of something.
Go on.
This will be the ultimate test. Hey, bro, Amorim has been dope. Bring in Ancelotti. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. Is it us? Is it us? Or is it them? Bring in Ancelotti, bro. I hate doing it to an elder statesman, but like you said,
to see if it's us or it's them.
I think it, you know, the thing is, I think it's both, because as much as Manchester United is a problem, the manager is also don't help himself. Like we've all mentioned, we've all said, man, we all know Manchester United is not a great platform. You came into the worst possible scenario and still fucked up. How?
Yeah.
How did you come into a situation that's not your fault and still fucked up? Someone said earlier in the chat and didn't respond after that, oh, Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm not asking for Rome. I'm not even asking for a house. I'm just asking for something to build a house on.
I remember when they used to say that last season with Ten Hag as well. Rome wasn't built to a day, and I wasn't built in a day, and I would reply with Rome wasn't built by an idiot either. So.
Yes, Rome wasn't built, and I'm not even asking for Rome. I ain't asking for a whole city. I got sarcasm. I got my own city. I'm good. All I'm asking for is not even a house. I'm just asking for a flat surface to build on and 2 bricks.
Y'all remember the Batman? Y'all remember the Batman when the new Batman when they showed Wayne Manor? Mm-hmm. My first thought was, damn, Alfred, you ain't doing your motherfucking job. That place dirty as hell. That's how I'm looking at United. Y'all kept picking up a broom, put a newspaper away, put books on the shelf. What the fuck we got going on over here? Bro, I'm just it's so tough. And the coldest thing you said, Sheik, is the real deal truth, bro. We watch, because we like football, we watch other teams, and we see dope shit, and we just look at us like, God damn.
I know, bro. It's the most like depressing thing ever, bro. Genuinely. It's just the simple fact that we're just asking for a little bit more of quality than what we see in our team. Is that too much to ask? Is it really? A fan of Manchester United Football Club, is that too much to ask for a little bit more quality in our squad? Like, come on, man. But it is the most like depressing thing ever. I'll even go further and talk about even like rival teams. I hate seeing them have good players. I don't want them to have good players. I want us to compete with them. And it's not been a thing. We haven't really genuinely competed for a very, very long time now. And that's a problem. And another thing that I'll just mention right now too is that people don't realize we've just stepped into a new regime as well. And honestly, they're here to stay. I don't know when they're going to leave or if they're going to leave or when it's going to turn out to be, but this is something that we have entered now, people. And now this next season, which is why I'm looking a lot forward to the summer, is now Ineos have their manager. You have picked the person that you want. Day number 1. Let's see how you back him. Let's see what Ruben does with the team as well. I said this before. I'm giving it 5 games. 5 games will be enough for me to tell you how this season's going to go. And after those 5 games, depending on who we sign, who he even plays in those 5 games, and I'll even say this, like, it will depend on who we play in those 5 games. Like, because if it's like a Liverpool or a Newcastle in our first 2, I don't know about that, but we'll see who we play. But if 5 games is enough for me to tell you how the season's going to go. next year
Yeah.
with this manager.
And that's fair. So yeah, C24. That would answer your question. No, I put it solely on the manager because let's say it is the case. Let's say hypothetically, because people have mentioned this about Ollie, people have said this about Ten Hag, and all, but let's say the higher ups are saying to him, "Oh, you have to play such and such. You're an idiot for taking the job then," because they're not the ones who are going to receive most of the criticism. You are. If you take a job knowing you're under restrictions where you have to play certain players, don't take that job.
That also just tells me
That's
that you
me.
don't have any of your own free will. So they told you that it was now or never to come, and then now they're telling you that
Which I don't believe in.
it's okay. Like it's whatever you do. The season's a wash. So it's
Yeah.
now or never for you to arrive, but then the season's a wash.
And to Prime, who says, "Hey, flawless sarcasm City wasn't built in a day." No, but you know what? It was started with a flat surface. That's what it started with.
But also look at
It's
who's
started with a
building
flat
who's
surface.
building Sarcasm City. Flawless, the great content creator that he is. He's built this the way that he's built this right now because of the person that he is. And we were asking all these guys to build Rome. I said this, like Rome was not built by an idiot, people. And last season, they're all telling us Rome was not built in a day with Ten Hag and all of those type of things. So yeah,
bear
this
in
is the
mind,
best
people, as
example.
I've made mistakes along the way with building this, but guess what? I wasn't back like Amorim's been backed. I'm not paid like he's paid to do that job. And all the people in Manchester United either. They're
Do you
paid
want better,
exceptionally
Flawless?
well.
You've made the best out of the resources that you've had.
Facts. This before, for those that don't know, obviously when I do my special and I tell the whole story, this wasn't even a sporting channel. We didn't even start with live streams and videos. It was audio only. For those that know. Early people will know that. It was me and Talks. This shit was audio only. There was no video. There was no visual and it wasn't live. It wasn't live. You all don't know these things. I'm telling you.
See,
It
that comment is really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Started with a flat surface, hard work, and the faithful. So you already know, man. You already know. If it ain't snowing, I ain't going. If it's good snow, I must go. Vanilla vampire.
Milk and magnesia connoisseur in the building.
In the building, calcium connoisseur. Cravendale
the winter
consumer.
soldier. The winter
soldier. Sub-Zero. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Mr. Plow. Big up Justice for the suit. Big up Justice.
Crazy. Mr. Plow is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah. My dog. The other thing you know is crazy, bro. You said Mr. Plow, and I was just thinking about old boy in White Chicks, Terry Crews.
Yeah.
And then old girl shows up in the wheelchair. Everybody kicked her and she rolled away.
I'll be back in a minute. One second, people.
She finished up. He's
You mean to tell me that you are not white? The deception.
Oh my goodness, man! Like this is another example. People like I'd not be able to do any of this content without these guys, man. Like all this United stuff. Like I really would.
It's big of Justice for the super chat. Justice appreciate it,
bro.
He says United used to be able to pay more than others, not only for starting 11 but a full squad. Now those players are going to other teams because the pay is closer and they can start parity slave the Kings. That to an extent, yeah, it made Manchester United's job much tougher. But guess what? Like I was just talking about, what the ownership's paid. It's also what our recruitment. Well, it ties into the ownership. What our recruitment team is paid. You are paid very, very well and compensated very, very well to do an extremely tough job. If other teams can do it in the Premier League, if Liverpool and City and Chelsea and Arsenal and then to the Brightons and Aston Villas and Newcastles can all find players who can play at a good level and have those clubs succeed, Manchester United can do it also. We've just not been doing what we're supposed to our club, but I do understand that it is now tougher. But this is why you are 1,000 there, bare minimum. There's no one who works higher up for Manchester United who's not 1,000 there at minimum. So it's multi-millionaires to multi-thousand. No one's there struggling. No one's there on minimum wage. They making more in a day than all of us here combined probably making a year. And that's us free on the stream and everyone in the chat. What we do, you are paid extremely well. You are compensated. So I'm not hearing it's tough. Yes, this is why you are not. This is why. This is why you are paid what you are paid. This is why your paycheck looks like it does. Well, big up for the super chat, Justice. Appreciate it. For real, for real. And yeah, Prime, I have 105 million to spend on a DM. No. I didn't have that. I worked with what I had. Run me half of that. So I could set up Sarcasm City TV studio. You know what this shit would look like if I was backed by a millionaire or 1,000. Right? When people want to give this manager and the Manchester United club excuses. No. But this is what any of us get for lying on their CV. This is on you, because you know what I've been thinking about recently, and I've stated it a few times now. Is it scary? The parallel to the end of this season under Amorim is the exact same as Ten Hag.
Yeah,
All
banking on one trophy, banking on one trophy,
banking on one trophy. I didn't even think of that. Some people wanting him out, some people wanting him to stay. They're gonna back him in the summer. So let's say he stays, whether he wins the Europa League or not. Let's say, argument's sake, let's say he wins the Europa League. He stays. They back him with more money, well, additional money, bring in players, sell players. The squad looks better. We have more of Amorim's players for his system, and it gets worse, or it just stays as bad. Let's say he's as bad as Ten Hag or worse. What happens if it gets to November and his stats are the same as Ten Hag's? Then what's the conversation? What's the conversation, people? And you see that graphic that's going to be all across socials of Ten Hag on one side with his Premier League results at the time, November, whatever it is, and the same with Amorim. Yeah. So we're back here in 2025 November as we was here in 2024. So what, did they pull the trigger and then bring in another manager and be in the cycle again? I'm telling you, man, people are going to start looking at this ownership soon, properly. Is that large in part their indecisiveness and absolute piss poor decision making is largely to blame as to why we are in the predicament we're in.
Oh yeah,
you should have been decisive.
Been saying this too. These guys have stepped in and all they've been doing is rectifying their own mistakes since they've got here.
To the point Ratcliffe said in an interview, yeah, it was a mistake. Just keeping Ten Hag. Well,
just rectifying all their mistakes that they've made since they've.
You would have thought that keeping him was a mistake, and then you backed him with more money, and guess what? It got worse. Who would have thought? A guy we actively tried to get rid of.
Got a sporting director.
We're so nice. We're so nice as a club. It doesn't make sense.
We don't want to hurt his feelings. Like, we don't want to hurt. Fuck all that. Like, go sack him if he needs to be sacked. Yo, go off on them in that meeting if you need to. Like, what is this all? What we look at our club. Just look at the state of our club, and people are acting like everything is comfortable and fine. Like, no. It's not good. And yeah, like Ineos, like we could go on a tangent talking about Ineos and all the things about them, but these guys have just been rectifying their own mistakes. They got in a sporting director who was giving out names like Southgate and all these other managers, and then they got rid of him too. They've just been getting rid of people. And by the way, I don't even think we have a sporting director right now. Just saying. So there's all structure and everything that we were talking about.
Is it Vivell? I think he got it. I think he got it under different. It's a different. What's it called though?
It's like a different name? Yeah,
it's a different title.
Okay, a different title. But yeah, before...
Don't call me on that.
By the way, before we actually got in a Dan Ashworth as that sporting director, you know who our sporting director was, chat? Does anybody know? It was Darren Fletcher. It was Darren Fletcher.
Was he not the technical director?
His title, Flawless, was sporting director. But he was taking part... He was just helping out with the first team squad, mostly.
Okay.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Absolute nonsense. To Josu says, if there's no improvement by next season, by October, November, then get rid. I think we'll be much better though, even if we only buy one good striker. Here the thing is, much better. I think it's a stretch. I hope we're better, Josu. But if we're not, like I said, this just screams Ten Hag to me all over again.
Well, considering we are 3 points off 17, what is much better? 10th? 9th?
Yeah, technically is. 10th is much better.
10th is much better. But then again, it's one of those things where it's like, if we are still in 10th around November, then that's a problem. Like, that's still a problem. So technically, 10th is an improvement to what we have this season. But if we're sitting around those spots around that time as well, considering also how the rest of the league is, who all the other teams buy, all of those type of things, it is an improvement, yes, but I'm not satisfied with that. I'm really not, because it's just like, I know that a lot of additions in, like a couple of additions in certain positions in the squad could have us higher up. Let me also tell you this.
Absolutely.
The Premier League is not good, people. This season, the Premier League was not good in terms of quality, in terms of level. So considering the fact that even though the league hasn't been good and we still somehow find ourselves sitting 3 points off of 17th in April is a problem. So I don't want to see that going into next season too, but obviously I'm going to have a lot more realistic expectations, but I hear that 10th and 9th would be an improvement, but I'm sorry, if we're sitting in December at 10th and 9th with the same issues and he's still playing some of the same squad, I'm not cool with that at all. Get the guy gone. genuinely get the guy gone then. So that's where I
Alright.
stand on that. Yeah.
I fully hear what you're saying with that, family. I fully hear that. And yes, spot on. I spent 105 on a DM. Flawless got given Ryan on a free. Fucking Yan City, man. Blame Yan.
That's
That's
crazy.
Yan's bringing.
That's crazy.
That's not me. I listened to Yan.
Shout out,
He said,
yeah, and hope she doing well wherever she at, man.
yeah, Yan's blessed. But yeah, like shout out to Yan. But that was her bringing. You know what I'm saying? That's why she had to get fired from head of recruitment.
Players fuck up. Players fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Hey, ask it again, Sign. I'll get to it. To Stevie says, do you guys trust Ineos to do what needs to be done in the summer? Strangely, yes, because I actually like the windows we've had. That's the one thing I can credit them for. I look at January and I look at the summer and go, yeah. I think we brought in players at the right. The only one that's a bit iffy is Agate. And that's just more so because of the price point. If he was a 40 million pound player, he'd be a squad player. That's it. But I look at
he about 30, my boy. He about 30, man.
Yeah, 30. Yeah. About 30.
So, my dog is Pastor Fred without the superpowers. It hurts.
Yeah, that's it. So I look at
Euro. I agree with that too, actually. They've been our better players. The signings that they've made have been the better players. Yeah.
So we're saying, argument's sake, 6 out of 7. That's a great return. Maz, Delit, Euro, Xerxes, Heaven, Dorgu. That's good. That's a fantastic return. When I look at it and go, you got 6 out of 7, and none of those, even though I think they're good, I look at the price and go, dreadful.
Yeah, like we got scammed or whatever.
Yeah, it's not like as much as I rate Maz, it's not like he was 80 million.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like the way that they got both Delict and Maz in a double deal. Yes. Like in a double deal, they literally picked up both of them from Bayern Munich. And shout out to Zier Talks, who's a Bayern Munich fan. He cries about Delict all the time. Like it's a shame. He keeps saying that it's a shame that they got rid of Delict. Mm-hmm. And so it's and for the amount of money that we paid for them too, and the return, like just like Flawless is saying, that we got on their investment. Yeah, I can't be pissed at that at all.
12 million.
Maz was 12 million. And he could arguably be our player of the season. Even though it has been a shit season, he could arguably be one of the better players that we've had this season. We've consistently praised Maz throughout most games. Yes. He's been the constant, like, good part of our squad for sure, considering he's only been 12 million. So that's absolutely crazy. So I do kind of hear it. The only thing that I'm expecting, though, is that this energy that they gave towards a lot of our defense and stuff, you need to now give it towards the attack, because the attack has been now the problem. I think a lot of in our games defensively, we've set up well. If there's been goals that we've conceded, it's either been like against Ipswich when Hutchinson scored as a screamer. There's been mistakes from certain defenders here and there. Steve too, I didn't want us to sell Delic. Yeah, shout out to Steve as well. But yeah, like there's been all those type of things as well. But defensively, I've always said that our team has been better in terms of that part of the pitch. Now we need to put that energy into our attack. I'm saying this. I do not want Højlund to be Højlund and Xerxes. I'll even put Xerxes in there, and I rate Xerxes. I don't want them to be our only strikers going into next season. I don't. I really, really don't. And Xerxes, first of all, I don't even think he's a striker. He's probably going to be used as a 10 next season because that's where I think his best position is. But considering just that, we only have then a Cheeto and a Højlund in our team as strikers. So we need more. We definitely need more. And I know the attack won't cost 12 million, but you're still able to explore deals like how we have explored deals like this. So we're able to do those type of things. Like just the smallest example, whether you rate him or not. Ryan Cherky was available for 22 million.
Yeah. So I go get D. Like you don't have to necessarily
deals like
go
that.
Get players for 12 million or 20 million. But I'm just saying go get value for money. Yeah. So to back to it, I trust it like having that on a free is a steal.
And my prediction is that they're looking for a big boy striker. When I say big boy striker, like bad boy striker, it's one of the Gyökeres or Osimhen or Sesko. It's one of the three that.
Let me say this.
Sure.
Let me say this. If they bring this brother Sesko,
Sesko's the worst out of all of them, man. He actually is.
Strike three.
Yeah.
Please, I'll deal with an Osimhen. I'm not his biggest fan, but. Again, I'm looking at the Prem, and I think what this season has shown more than anything is that while the technical level of the Prem has fallen, the athletic profile has grown crazily. Like, you look at an Aston Villa, other than Matty Cash, who's probably the biggest scrub on their team, that entire 11 is serious athlete. That's kind of why Rashford fits in. they play at a pace that allows him to be free. They don't demand that he dictates the attack. You look at Arsenal. You got Saka, you got Martinelli, you got Partey, you got Rice in the midfield, you got Odegaard. Anywhere there's somebody who's technically, greater than, but maybe athletically they're a bit on the downslope. There's superhuman athletes to surround him by. Liverpool, same shit. Liverpool, again, I think they still have the inhalers in play. I think they're on the Manny Pacquiao diet. I can't prove it, but God willing, I will one day. Their team athletic profile is crazy. Nottingham Forest. It's the same shit. You go down the line. Newcastle, holy fuck.
Newcastle are the prime example of it, yes.
The NWO midfield, like you called it.
That's the NWO.
That's what I'm saying.
There's deals out there, man. There's deals out there that we can always explore. There's always deals out there that we can always explore. It just depends on how we move. And I heard Rio Ferdinand recently talk about it too. Oh, if we would have paid, if we would have matched the offer with Arsenal for 100 million, we would have had Rice on our team. No, because we ended up paying 100 million for Anthony and for guys like Højlund. So what are you talking about?
When it comes to all I was with you until you mentioned the Brazilian demon. He's doing this thing.
The Brazilian
demon. It's just we're spending money on okay. I'll take Anthony out of it just for you. But Højlund, 75 million.
This guy,
we spent 100, more than 100 on Højlund and Mount. People. Whereas other clubs have ballers like Morgan Rogers and all these guys that they've picked up for chump change. So I don't know what to tell you, man. That's probably Rio Ferdinand too, man.
And big up to Sai for the super chat. Appreciate it. He says big up Manchester, Snowbunny, Slayer, Sheik, and Eddie. He says, question, Ruben's system more concentrated on defense rather than attack. I don't see any attacking patterns. Sai, you know the reason why you don't see any attacking patterns? Two major reasons.
Attackers.
One, because we have share attackers. And number two, we have 7 defensive players out there. So 7 of our 10 are defensive players. Yeah. So you're not going to have, not even a system thing, that's a personnel thing. Because if you had that exact same system, and let's say you had 2 wingers at wing back, one of the pivot players was an attacking player, and you have the front 3. So you have the front 3, you have an attacking player in the pivot, and then you have 2 more. That means 6 then of your 10 of outfield players would be attacking. You'd see more because they're getting forward, even as much as they don't rate him. Let's say you put Garnacho on one wing and Ahmad on the other, for example. And then in the pivot, you got Casemiro next to Bruno. And then let's say the front 3 is Xerxes, Maino, and Højlund. Just for argument's sake, I use those 6. You're going to see more attacking patterns because those players are just going to get forward. Garnacho's instinct is forward, not defensive. Same with Ahmad on the other side. Same with Bruno in the pivot, and same with the front 3. That's why you see we got literally 7 defensive-minded players. You got five with 2 fullbacks and then Casemiro and Agate.
I've been a fan of Ugarte so far up until the last couple of games, and I've been saying you shouldn't be playing Casemiro and Ugarte together. It's the same type of profile in that midfield. That's why when we've seen Bruno alongside one of them, even though I don't really entirely rate Bruno as much as other people do, however, when he has played Bruno and a pair of one of them, it has worked out to a decent level, and that's really it. It's he has. I don't know, man. It's Casemiro thing too. This guy is someone who was completely exiled from Ruben Amorim up until a couple of weeks ago, and we were saying this: play him. He's one of the most experienced guys in the squad. Play him. Why would you not want to play him? This just screams of when Ten Hag wasn't playing Varane and he benched him for a derby.
Yeah,
it's one of those type of things. So it's and now he's talking about Casemiro's been great, all of that, this and this, and why not just make these decisions before? You messed around way too much, bro. Way too much with the squad. The answers were there in front of you. You didn't need a month. You didn't need all this time for you to make decisions like this. Well, I can't even say this because you're continuing to play these guys, but you don't need all this time to figure out that these guys are going to run you to the ground. They're going to cost you your job. But hey, again, they told you this was now or never. You decided to come here. If they've told you that this is a wash or whatever, I don't know what to tell you. That speaks a lot more about you, Ruben, than everything else. Why did you even accept this if this was always going to be the case?
That's why, because you didn't expect this to be the case. He thought it would be better.
It'd be better. And then Ineos on top of that too, I've been saying this as well, could have just gotten in an interim manager who plays the same system to start getting these players more developed to that system. So then when Ruben takes over, we don't probably see a season like this. Who knows? It's all ifs, buts, and maybes, but we'd probably be in a much better setup than what we have right now. So again, it's just everything.
You see plenty of attacking patterns. I don't. I don't see plenty. No.
Yeah.
See very, very few. And the players are shit. And then what is use is attacking patterns if you can't score? It don't
score
matter.
Goals. What's the use of the attacking pattern when it doesn't lead to a goal?
It don't matter. So you net negative. It's not an excuse. There's no reason behind that. So we can have attacking patterns and create. We can't score. So what use is it attacking and creating if you continue to play the same players? Might as well not create anything. Might as well not create anything. What difference does it make? We're not scoring regardless. This is not what we're doing. You want to praise the bare minimum, Josu. I'm not with that.
But even like Josu,
like, I'm not with that. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. That's nonsense.
To your point, Josu, like even if you do, if you agree, if you really think that that's what you're saying, right? That you see plenty of attacking patterns. That further elaborates our point on what we're talking about these attackers. That they're just not good enough. If you think that we're seeing attacking patterns, why is it that we've only scored 38 goals this season?
Because the players are terrible. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. So that's just all that we've been trying to tell you is that the players are not good enough. They're not. I don't even want. I feel ashamed to even call them attackers. Genuinely, they don't even look like attackers to me, bro. They just look like a bunch of people who just run around like headless chickens.
So it's not like it's net negatives, whether or not we have attacking patterns or not, which we don't have plenty of. I think that's nonsense.
I don't think it's.
We don't even keep the ball. But let's say, for argument's sake, it is we miss anyway. So what use is it?
Yeah.
What use is it? It's like saying we have great defensive structure, but we concede too many goals. So what's the point in having great defensive structure if we still conceding too many goals? I don't praise things for half working because that's what it's doing. All right, we have plenty of attacking patterns. But we don't even create that many chances. I mean, who misses all these chances? We don't even create a lot of chances. The stats tell you that. How many chances does Højlund miss? Quality chances. How many quality chances? How many quality chances does Garnacho miss? Bruno miss? It's not often. We don't create a lot. That game against Wolves is a one-off. Forget Europa League because the quality is terrible. We do in the Europa League. More so. But we don't in the Prem. Who's all these great? Like, if I go back through, let me actually have a look at Premier League games.
Like,
right now, wait, what did we create? What did we create against Newcastle? Next to nothing. What did we create against City? Next to nothing. Forest, next to nothing. Leicester, we packed up, we created a lot. Arsenal, we did.
Everton probably was the last one when we won 4-0 at home.
Yeah,
that was probably
even Ipswich at home. We didn't create a hell of a lot, and they're a championship side, but we created a little bit more. Everton, no, we didn't create a lot. Spurs away, we didn't create a lot. Palace at home, we didn't create a lot. Fulham, that horrible game where Martinez scored, we didn't create a lot. I think we had one shot on target.
First shot on target, which was...
I'm keep going. Brighton, this is now 19th of January. We lost 3-1. We didn't create a lot. Southampton, we only created a lot towards the end. Horrible performance. Liverpool created well. Newcastle at home, I'm now in 2024. We didn't create a lot. 2-0 loss. Wolves 2-0 away, didn't create a lot. Bournemouth away, did not create a lot. City away game, we created a little bit more. Forest at home, a little bit more. Arsenal away, created nothing. Everton at home, we did create a lot. Ipswich away, we didn't create. What are we talking about? That's it. I've gone all the way back to his first game. Out of all them games, it's a handful. I didn't even get 5. Didn't even get to 5 in 4 months. And one of those were against Everton, who were an awful side at the time, and championship sides. But all right, attacking patterns. Okay, sure. All right, man. All right. You're missing the point. Seeing attacking patterns is different to scoring. What use is it with attacking patterns if you don't score? How many cutback goals should we have? Not that many. Not enough is the point I'm making. Not enough. It was terrible under Ten Hag. It was terrible under Oli, and it's terrible under Amorim. It's terrible across the board, Josu. That's the point that you are missing. Because you're now not paying attention to what I'm saying. I legit said, what use is attacking patterns if you're not scoring? Because you're only doing half the job, and the attacking patterns is over. Like I said, how many chances are we creating in them games? Very little. So what use is the attacking patterns then? That's my point. Because he should have changed it. and maybe we do see more. But you can
It's like
praise the bare minimum, man.
it's
I
like
praise
saying
this
like a
rubbish.
team sets up well defensively after conceding like 4 goals in a game.
Yeah,
it's like
it's the
saying
same
like,
shit.
oh, well, we set up defensively really well, but we still conceded 4 goals.
Yeah.
Like,
Flawless, if
it's one of
Ruben
those
gets
type
new
of-
players rather than also will he change or what if he sticks to the same defensive concentrated rather than attack? Well, it don't matter as long as we got attacking patterns. I'm gonna praise attacking patterns and we got less goals than
we can get
WrestleManias.
some players and
That's what I'm saying. We
can get some players.
attacking patterns, flight patterns, design patterns.
Lakers and 5.
Manchester United, give me 5 goals in a game one time.
For real, man. Patterns, lanterns, I don't know, whatever it is, man. United,
Whatever.
score 5.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's
Score
both.
5, like
Joseph, we don't create chances and we don't score the chances we create. How much clearer can I have to make it? We don't create enough, and the chances we do create, we don't score. You ain't paying attention. There's no definition of moving the goalpost.
Don
You out
C,
here
you're a
praising-
menace. I see you in the
out
chat.
here praising the bare minimum. You can praise the bare minimum. That's cool. If you're content and want to praise stuff being 2 points of 17th, that's your prerogative. I have higher standards. If you're cool with that, cool. That's your thing. I'm not with that. So there's no moving the goalpost over here. We don't create a chance. We don't create enough chances, and the chances we create, we don't score well enough. I don't know how much clearer we need to make it. You want to praise Amorim and praise this rubbish? Cool. That's you. I'm not with that. What are we talking about?
We'll give it an example, Flawless. We'll give it an example.
Haven't won back-to-back games, 2 points of 17th, and I'm going to talk about attacking patterns. All right.
For real, man.
Sure.
And it's like,
You remember Ollie?
Okay.
You remember Ollie football? Ollie football, we didn't create a whole bunch of chances. But the players we had in attack were so damn good it didn't matter.
Yeah. We don't create enough. We don't score enough. Both.
Now we have players who just aren't good enough and we don't score.
Like, what's the point of having 12 shots? We could have 12 shots on target in a game, but what's the point if we don't score a single goal? 12 shots on target we could have in a game, but what is the point if we don't score a goal? So you're telling me that it's okay as long as we're having 12 shots a game but not scoring, it's fine because we're seeing attacking patterns?
Because we're seeing attacking patterns. Both.
Like that's what I'm trying to say is that attacking patterns, you have to think about the whole thing. It has to lead to a goal. Why do we attack? To score a goal. How do we win matches? To score goals. You can't win matches by just attacking. You have to end up scoring a goal as well. And that's what we're trying to say. Like, I hear part of what you're saying, but it's like you can't say that because we've only scored 38 goals this season.
38 goals.
So it's not like these attacking patterns are kind of leading to goals. Like that's not
again, I don't agree. We do create chances. Who talks about Højlund missing chances on a regular basis? We don't. Højlund don't miss chances like that. He's just rubbish all around. What we talking about here? Someone quote the numbers here. Wait, what is this? Højlund has missed 8 big chances. Garnacho's missed 12. In how many games?
How many do they play?
Is this the Prem?
Wait, what? I'll do you one better. There was a stat where Højlund didn't have like a shot on target for like 2 games or something.
Okay,
like that.
so what chances is he
missing? I'll bring that up. 1 second, I'll bring that up.
What are we doing here? They got 20 missed chances between them in like 50 games. So no, they're not missing a lot. What we talking about here? We criticize Højlund because he's rubbish. We criticize Garnacho because he's rubbish. Of course, if players miss chances, but let's not act like they miss chances consistently. Their overall game is terrible. What are we doing? Literally, the stats is here, 12 and 8. I don't know, praise any old shite, 12 and 8. And how many league games they played between them? So these are the numbers right here. So Højlund's missed 8 big chances in 20. How many games has Højlund played?
Oh, Flawless, let me do you one better, actually. I just looked this up.
Go on.
28 matches that Højlund has played this season.
So he has 8. So wait, he's had 8 big chances in 28 matches. And I'm going to tell me he's missed a lot. All right.
Oh, I'll do you one better. 19. So 28 matches this season, 19 that he started. He's had a total of 9 shots on target this season.
So he's had 9 shots. Okay.
In 28 matches, he's had 9 shots on target.
Okay. But we create a lot for him.
Yeah.
We create a lot. Bear in mind, he is rubbish, so that adds to it. But the attacking patterns is working clearly. Because he's had 8 missed big chances in how many games?
Like 28, 19.
28. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's won 20 games, depending on if a couple of them big chances were maybe in the same game, which we probably were against Leicester. So he's arguably gone 20 plus games without a big chance, but we create a lot for him. Same with Garnacho with 12. And I think this is probably being favorable to them, but because big miss chances is very subjective. But it gives you a roundabout figure. But all right, sure.
There we
Okay.
go, Shane.
All
Like
right.
0.7 chances created per 90, 0.18 xG, 0.16 goals for Hoyland. Or is that 16?
But we create a lot. But we create a lot. Okay, man.
Come on, man. Like, if it's not leading to again, it's like me saying, "Oh, I have insane riz. I can talk to Gal," but if I'm not getting Gal, what's the point?
17.
I'm going to a
He's
club and
really-
telling Ross and Eddie, "Watch me. I know how to get Gal." But then they're looking at me, and I'm not getting any Gal. What's the point of me saying all these things? Genuinely. So it's the same thing. Like, if you say a team is setting up well defensively, but they're conceding 3 goals in a game, no, they're not setting up well defensively. And it's the same thing attacking wise too. I'm telling you again, we could create 12 shots on target in a game, but if it doesn't lead to a goal, what is the fucking point?
Something's at fault, so that's why I don't praise it. Even if you're creating and missing, you know what? And then looking at who's on the end of the chances.
Who's missing it?
And we don't do enough across the board. We don't have enough attacking patterns. We don't create enough chances, and we don't take the chances we make. So across the board, at all 3, we're not good enough. Attacking patterns.
We don't even play the types of players to give us those types of chances, and that's on the manager.
That too.
We don't create enough, and we don't score enough across the board. It's all not good enough. Hence why we scored the amount of goals we've had. But man, all right, okay.
People, again, there's one thing I hope you take away when I talk about managing in any type of sport, and it's honestly was told me by the best coach I ever had. I'm either coaching it or I'm allowing it.
Facts.
It's that simple. Coaches are the managers of the squad. They institute the culture, or they help institute the culture, but more importantly, they institute the in-game principles. What are you going to... A principle is something that's consistent through thick and thin. What are you going to see from my team every single time we step on that pitch? When it was Klopp's Liverpool, it was a level of intensity. It's Pep City team. It's that bullshit cross to the back post for somebody to be there for a tap-in. With Arteta, it's cone drills. We understand the principles. You cannot go to Ruben and ask him to give you what his principles are because he has none. Now, granted, he's a very young manager. So maybe that's our fault for putting him in the spotlight like so, where I don't even think he's really and truly established his identity, but he's been successful. This season has shown us this team is not being led in a direction at all. It's the only thing you can say is the structure stays the same, but that's a bare minimum because, quite frankly, we've had managers who had shitty structure but still had principles that made us somewhat successful. And we're not trying to even go down that route anymore. We're trying to get a manager to coach us up because what we're seeing is at the top flight of European football and the Prem, these teams are being coached up to a degree we have not seen in years. Look at the Final Four. Look at the Final Four of the Champions League. Look at the top of La Liga. Look at the top of the Bundesliga. Anywhere, you name it, you're seeing managers coach players out of their skin. Our manager has put them in a system with no plan, with no direction. So it looks like they're doing something because the formation stays the same, but literally you never know what you're gonna get. And that's the pure and simple fact.
Yeah.
There's no evidence that he has a way to get these players in attacking positions consistently. There's no evidence that he knows how to get these players to defend consistently. Can't even keep the ball consistently. Can't even find an 11 that allows him to do either of those things consistently.
Yeah,
That's on him.
Yeah,
He's coaching it or he's allowing it. It's nobody else's fault but his.
100%.
That's it. 100%. Just want him to do better. That's why I'm not Amorim out. I'm Amorim 8. Thinks the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at with it. I think his point is United do create chances and they score goals if United had better chances. But my point is we don't create enough chances, Prime. First and foremost, we don't create enough. And secondly,
still not
we
enough.
don't score enough. Why is that? You mentioned if United had better attackers. We haven't tried different attackers. You've consistently played two players who went 20 plus games without goals. Two players who have been non-goal scorers before you. Why is that?
That's like saying like, oh, if Garnacho and Højlund are playing, as long as they are creating chances and all the attackers are creating chances, it's fine. Like, no. Like that's what we're trying to get to. But that's whatever.
I'm not having it in regards to of course, that goes for any team. If you have better attackers, you'd score more goals. If Arsenal had a better striker, they'd score more goals. If Liverpool had a better striker, they'd score more goals. Literally all of the top 6 are looking for a 6. Yeah, our attack's been poor, but man knew this Prime. He hasn't attempted to do anything is my problem.
Yeah.
You haven't experimented at all consistently enough. That's back to the word. We haven't seen a different front 3-4 games in a row, but you've persisted with Højlund and Garnacho. Even after you said you're rotating, they still started. Garnacho's still playing 80 to 90 minutes most of the time. And especially when Xerxes, even though he's not injured, when he played, was performing better than them both. I've seen the video of Højlund's last 40 shots, but hey, we move.
Yeah, I just looking at one more thing, like the last 10 games, he's at 0.30 shots on target, Rasmus Højlund. So,
and yet the manager persists with him.
Yeah, like, come on, man. But yeah, we move. Summer it is.
People, we're gonna close out. Love to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you run up the likes on the video. Run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV. Links in the title, people. Link is in the title. Sheik, let them know what you got coming up the rest of the weekend, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. Appreciate being on the show every single time. Shout out to Eddie, Kaneki, Flawless, everyone, man. Everyone in the chat, too. Make sure you guys are running up the likes and subscribing, of course, every single time. I'm a little bit away. This is not my usual setup. I'm currently in Oklahoma right now, so I will still be doing my shows. Because I have all my stuff with me. So today is Monday, so you know what time it is. It is Monday Night Mudness. So the Mud Brothers will be back. We are going live at 9 p.m. UK, I believe. And then right after that, I'll be on Hassan's channel for A-listers. That's at 11 p.m. UK. Not too sure about my schedule throughout the week just because I'm kind of moving around here and there. But turn on the notification bell, subscribe if you haven't already. We just hit 800, I think, last week. So shout out to everyone who's been helping out with that and getting us to 800 subscribers. We're close to the goal of 1K, but just keep the notification bell on. You'll know whenever there's a stream and stuff like that. And yeah, keep supporting everyone, man. Appreciate it.
100%. Oh, good, man. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV. Links in the title. And this Pops guy talking about when's the 40-point party? Ask Sunshine. As it is. Go to Sunshine FC. Next time she's live. Ask Sunshine FC. But big up to Sunshine every single time as well. Big up to everyone that's tapped in again. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV. Make sure you do that. Subscribe to Sheik TV. Link is in the title. Make sure you run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button here as well. Big up to Josu in the chat. It's always good hearing the difference of opinions as well. Big up all the regulars. Big up all the mods as well. All the new people. Big up C24 for the super chats. Big up Sai for the super chat. Big up Justice for the super chat. Big up Sai, who's been a member of the channel for 13 months as well. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. And don't forget, NBA playoffs is currently going on, people. So live watch-alongs will be all on the playback. Some of them will be on the YouTube. So for instance, I did the Timberwolves Lakers game that was on the YouTube channel. So the occasional game I picked from a series to put on the YouTube, but they're all on the playback. www.playback.tv/sarcasmcitv. That's playback.tv/sarcasmcitv, or just download the playback app from your app store, people. And we're black live on the playback. Actually, Tottenham Hotspur versus Nottingham Forest will be live over there in about an hour's time, people. 1 hour from now, we'll be live over there on the playback for the the Tottenham Hotspur versus Nottingham Forest watch along. Then we're back here on the YouTube, 10:30 p.m. UK. Fan calling show, Premier League, talk your ish. Feel free to call in, people. Call in, tell me how wrong I am. That's absolutely fine. Doesn't matter who you support, doesn't matter who you're calling in from. I want to hear from as many people as possible from all across the globe, no matter what team you support, people. So feel free to call in. That is 10:30 p.m. UK time, and then we're back on the playback. NBA playoffs, like I mentioned, people. So the games we'll be doing today, we're doing the Pistons versus the Knicks, game 2. So Detroit Pistons, New York Knicks, that's 12:30 a.m. UK time. So it'll be like 12:45 tip-off time. And then we have the LA Clippers versus Denver Nuggets, 3 a.m. UK time. So double header over there, double watch along over there with the Clippers 1-0 down, 1 game down, to the Nuggets people. And then that game one was good, went into overtime as well. So get over to the playback. And obviously, one last thing, don't forget this show. All the other shows on the channel are available on all audio platforms as well. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc., etc. Yo, anything you man want to add before we close out?
Yeah, I'm not running, people. I'm not running from these watch-alongs. It's literally 3:30 a.m. when my team be playing, so I legit turn notifications off and I watch that joint in the morning. So I ain't running. It's just hella early. So yeah, still pop up, man. Lakers in 6. Fuck. How did we? Man, let me not go off. Close this joint out, man. My bad.
Hey man, at least we're in the playoffs. Must be nice.
Sheik, anything you want to add before we close out?
Shout out to everyone, man. Big up to everyone. Keep supporting. That's all I gotta say, man. Keep supporting.
All right, so big up. Love to everyone. Catch you like in an hour on the playback. Like I said, Tottenham Hotspur, Nottingham Forest watch along, fan calling show 10:30, and then the 2 NBA games, Pistons versus the Knicks and the Clippers versus the Nuggets. So big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. We're redirecting to Aaron as well. He's watching Baller League. So I need you to put Sarcasm City TV raid. For those that don't know, Aaron's my G. He's the one who put me on. Like, when it comes to this content creator space, he was the first person to co-sign and played a major role in what I've been managed to do with this channel and being in this space. So make sure you hit the like button over there, subscribe, and show love to my G Aaron. So big up, love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning